But yeah.
Oh man.
Thing AIDS has only got 50% power, and a lot in the blast basically that hit yours. It did wipe out a lot of his actual physical memory. So basically, a lot of this time that he's doing in the background, he's actually trying to reconnect and reconfigure himself so that he can actually run on what he's got.
It's good to see you alive.
And looks like we've got him up.
When do the other crew members get on? Ray's here.
Oh, Ray is here?
Ray's green. I don't know about actually here.
No, send him a message.
Which isn't much different from previous, but Ruby is yellow and Shadow is also yellow.
Very much like the sick bay on the original one.
Space.
Anyway, alright.
Okay.
Shield time.
Okay, so just messaging Ray, Ruby, Sid, and...
Oh yeah, Citron's now away, or do not disturb.
Yep, and Shadow. There we go. So, messages are away. Let me just get this set because I've decided I'm going to drink a beer while we're doing this today because I'm an Australian and I thought, fuck it, I haven't had a beer in well, I think I've had 2 beers in the last year. This stuff was on special. It's the Changer Golden Ale.
All right.
Chancer. And
before you get drunk, shall I roll to see how well I repair the shields or bring them online?
Sorry, what was that?
We need to run a system diagnostic. Yeah.
Yep. You have to run it on the shield.
Yep.
Oh, trust me, this stuff's pretty weak. As far as what is it? It's
1 beer.
It's 1.2%, and I'm about halfway through it.
That's barely beer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was coming from a German, so that's an authority.
I was actually in the liquor commission, and I just kept seeing non-alcoholic shit, and I'm just like, why is this in the liquor commission? This doesn't have alcohol. What's the point of this being here?
I don't know.
Look, all right, the liquor commission. The whole purpose of it is it sells alcohol, but there's no alcohol in this. Why is it here? Anyway, yeah, sorry. System diagnostic.
Okay, so it's not showing up.
Wait. Did you roll for it or?
No. You've got to roll for it.
Oh, okay. I thought you had. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, hey.
Hello.
It's Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
How's everybody doing today?
Not too bad. I actually slept.
Oh,
I found a snake in the leaves, and I don't want to go outside anymore.
Wait, no, make it your friend.
No.
Befriend it.
No.
Befriend it.
No.
Give it a kiss.
Okay, you evidently don't understand my the level of fear I have for snakes.
Times it by 10 and you'll get mine.
No, it's basically just ophidiophobia. Yeah.
Yeah, I get literally paralyzed. I can't actually move when I'm around a snake.
No, I can move. It's just that I can't move towards it.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
My mum found a common brown underneath the house the other day.
Oh wow!
Apparently, it might have gotten killed when we were getting out the trees. And this thing was a full-grown common brown snake, which is the second deadliest snake in the world.
Nice.
What's the first?
The inland taipan or the fierce snake.
Is that also in Australia?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Nine of the top 10.
How did I know?
Dangerous.
Beg your pardon?
Seriously, you need to move somewhere less bad.
Why is Australia so dangerous?
Because it's for people who have balls.
No, it's because,
Oh yeah.
no, because literally everything there is a criminal, right? Like they deported the animals deported the most dangerous criminals there, and then the British did it too. And so now we've got British Texas.
Hell, koalas have every koala over here has syphilis.
Why?
Or is it chlamydia?
Because they fuck each other without protection. Just anyway.
I mean, then again,
how does my 4 do?
Condoms.
Your 4 is you can't really figure out the systems. Like, you know some of the shit, but you're not overly familiar with all the aspects. You're literally the backup to the backup. So you're not exactly pro on everything. You just know basic systems.
All right, Ruby, you're the only other one with the capability to do this. Can you try and roll?
Alrighty, roll just a d20.
D20 plus tech.
Okay, what's my tech? I forget.
Let me have a gander. I've actually got to figure out the
tech. I don't think I have.
No, you have shields level 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So just a standard D20.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling with a +1. So okay, that's better than me. Good job.
Yep. You understand these systems quite well, and let's just see how good they are. The shields they're not at full power. At best, you might get about 30% shields. But
okay.
What's the minimum required to get us in and out of atmosphere?
You don't really have to. It's just better to have it than not.
Yeah. So what's the recommended minimum percentage of shields?
100%.
All right. Well,
that's fair. Yeah, you do.
Let's see if I can't improve that.
You can have aids basically rewire the reconfigure the shields so that as you're going into atmosphere, it'll run the shields on the most heated areas. So basically, it'll be yeah, I'm going from that 18. Basically, you'll be able to reconfigure them so that as you're landing the ship, the areas that are getting the hottest or the most damaged areas will have a shield. So rather than having a full bubble around you, it'll basically be like a frontal shield, basically.
I'm still waiting on the other 3 crew members to show up.
Yep, Ray might not be able to make it. I haven't heard back from Sid yet. And Shadow's eating lunch.
Again.
Yep, and Shadow's eating lunch.
Alright, well...
Before we could get into the actual game mode... Yo, have either of you guys been playing Fortnite recently?
No.
No.
Dude, it's fucking sick.
Didn't it get sucked into a black hole?
Yeah, but
and
then
it gave us hope for like 2 days?
No. Oh yeah, it did. But then a new map came in. So what do you mean hope?
Well...
Like the world's gonna benefit from Fortnite not existing.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand, right? Blizzard fucked up, so people would be boycotting Overwatch.
Yeah.
Fortnite's gone.
That does nothing.
No, hold on. Fortnite's gone.
Yeah.
Which means that Team Fortress 2 comes back.
Yeah, it was that campaign I did, although I supported it, lasts for about 2 days. And then Fortnite came back with an entire new map, entire new battle pass, and a whole new style of set battle pass that allows even people who can't really get the full battle pass to play the game effectively and still enjoy it pretty well. So
more ways to fleece money from people.
Sorry, yeah, but also sorry, TF2, I love you, but 2 days of fame of being semi-relevant were gone, came and gone. I do not think we brought enough body bags. Would you like a second opinion? You're also ugly.
I just gotta ask, when I roll this, does anybody see it?
You roll a 13 right now?
Nope.
Oh,
I have not seen anything past my 18.
Okay, and I'm just checking to see if these DM ones actually.
Yeah, I can see that you rolled a GM roll, but I don't know if you. I don't know what it is.
Sniper gun. Fix that. Okay, let's just roll it again. It still does it. Come on.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Oh well.
Can you change the shields back to being online again?
Okay.
Because it says they're off.
Nope, they're gone forever.
We've clearly fixed them.
They're clearly in working full order.
Okay. By Ukrainian standards, by Ukrainian resistance standards, they are 100% ready to go.
Oh man, that means they're like only 50% ready by normal standards.
No, actually 30%.
Oh wow! Okay, I put my expectations way too high.
But don't worry, I have fixed it so that I have fixed AIDS. I have improved AIDS. So
why is our AI called AIDS, by the way? Is that just a meme?
No.
Because Lab didn't want to call it HIV.
No,
why does it have to be it? Why does it have to be an
AIDS.
Hello.
G'day.
Boy.
I cannot hear any of you.
Wait, what? Wait, who's joining?
Are you wearing pants?
It is the shadow.
Yeah.
Can't hear things.
AIDS stands for Artificial Intelligence Information Delivery System.
I like the idea that Lab came up with the
Could you
acronym
arrange it in a
first.
different way so it didn't spell AIDS?
No, that's part of the joke.
That's fair.
It's because he's an aid program.
No, we can
I
hear
like the idea that Lavitz came up with the acronym first and then the words.
Oh, of course he did.
I mean, let's be real here. He's Australian.
I think I've misspelled intermittent, but I'm pretty sure you understand.
Yeah. I forgot what that word means, but yeah.
Basically, it means like flickering on and off.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. I've heard it in the context of intermittent fasting.
Yep. G'day, Shadow. How are you, mate?
Shadow.
The English language is fucked.
Shadow, are you alive?
We can hear you, bud, but we can't really. Can you?
You're really quiet.
Yeah.
You're really quiet. You're quieter than
You're right there.
found.
Yeah, you're right there, buddy.
Oh, you might be in pain.
No? What the hell?
Yeah, I don't think
He's
he's
still probably figuring out his headphones.
Quick, say the most rude things you can about Shadow while he's gone. He ate my sandwich.
Bastard!
What? No. He made the mistake of eating the
There are
wrong
no
sandwich.
tongues in elven, dwarven, or the tongues of man that can express my hatred for a sandwich stealer.
He's boring to play Minecraft with.
I fear no man, but that thing. It scares
me. Hello. And into that shadowy darkness I gazed, longing.
And I found pants.
Welcome back, Shadow.
No!
Fucking, I don't know why my sound just stopped.
Is your cable a little dicky, is it?
What?
No, Kamiko, I cannot hear you now.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, that was sarcasm.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of retarded. I didn't realize that at first. I was like, wait, so he can't hear him or he can? Wait a minute. What is this?
I knew he could hear.
Considering the fact, sure.
No, I knew.
Considering the fact that I was actually responding to people talking, yes, I can hear you now. I couldn't previously.
Yeah, I got that now. It took a little bit for me. My mama calls me special.
You're special in
That's mother speak for retarded.
Oh, so you recognize my retardation as well? Ah.
No.
We're all on Discord and we're playing D&D. I think we're all a little special.
Technically, it's space D&D, but yeah.
Yeah. Weird,
anyway,
off-brand space.
I mean,
actually, it's MBM, but yeah.
If you want to get technical, this is actually a lot more. It's a lot more common than you might think. Especially on something, and I know you don't like this comparison of it, but especially on Tabletop Simulator, the D&D scene for Tabletop Simulator is huge. I mean, they have an entire workshop tag.
I've got Tabletop Simulator, but
how many people
it chugs your
in my
GPU.
You wouldn't believe how many people in my course are not only virgins, but they also play D&D.
Ah, I see. So you blend in right along with them.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never actually played D&D.
I love you.
It depends on what's
so
going
fun.
on. What I found is it depends on the map, because super like heavy, detailed map will, like, not actual like physical maps, because you can add custom maps to boards, but like if you can sit there and download furniture and such to make actual physical maps for your character's tokens, and you can sit there and input custom images and tokens and such. And that's why I would love to see how this would do in something like Tabletop Simulator, because it's really
the
fun
problem with
to see
Tabletop Simulator is it chugs my GPU too much, and I wouldn't be able to record and do a lot of stuff on the fly. Like if
we did Tabletop Simulator, I would have to play it on my gaming PC, but then use my laptop to communicate.
And
which is shit.
Yes, I recognize that is an issue, Levitz, but however, on the other hand, if you were to convert all of this over to Tabletop Simulator, you wouldn't really have to worry about, having limited map storage, because you could literally just sit there and download something off the workshop, or for God's sake, upload the image and such yourself without any limits.
Yeah, the only problem is that I wouldn't be able to do quick stuff off the fly. Like
what?
Like when I'm doing like custom like solo missions and stuff for people, a lot of that I'm actually making it while we're talking and going along. If I had to do that with Tabletop Simulator, it'd be too technical. This is a very simple interface, so it's basically made for me, because it's very, very simple. And
you can do
a drunk Australian could use it.
You can do that stuff like that on the fly, Lavitz. There are a special button, I think. No, I know there's a special button. I can't remember what it's called, but it essentially will add zones hidden and make it to where you can sit there and hide certain parts of the map, so they can't see anything in those zones.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like with this, if I need, say I want, like with that rabbit one, I literally, while we were discussing what you wanted, I literally opened up Google, got the map, got the tokens, and did all that while we were talking and getting stuff set up for it. Tabletop Simulator would take me a lot longer to do.
Anyway, what I'm gonna do...
I could definitely see how that's an issue. Tabletop Simulator has its pros and its cons.
Damn it.
Because you can definitely see the pros and cons to it, right, Alex?
Oh yeah, I can see the pros and cons. Like, if I could get it to work, everything would look a lot better. Like 3D images of people's tokens and stuff like that. It'd bring the game to like the next level in graphics and whatnot. But for the most part, this is a lot simpler. I don't need to spend as much prep time to do this, and I'm limited in my amount of mobility and uprightness. Like hell, the other day, before my internet went out on Tuesday, like my internet went out on late Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday it was out. But Tuesday and most of Wednesday, I was literally I was nearly in the state where I had to go to hospital almost.
Oh Jesus!
I think the trade-off to spending more prep time to that would be the ability to sit there and add more detail, because there's a fuck ton of pre-made objects on the workshop and such.
Oh yeah. I had a look through it about a year ago when I was thinking about, because initially I was going to do this in Tabletop Simulator, but then I realized everybody needs to buy it, and then Tabletop Simulator isn't cheap. I think it's still around $30 here, I think.
Unless you get a key for it.
Quite expensive.
Well, there is a 4-pack that I'm looking to get. Because I think we initially talked about that, was getting everyone like one of us buying the 4-pack and essentially gifting the other keys to everyone else. Because the 4-packs aren't that bad if you get them something more through like Penguin and such. Don't do
there was this other program that I was going to use. I can't remember what it was called.
Hey guys,
but it was
Tabletop Simulator Steam key, $6.
Probe launched.
it's going down.
Global. It's 72% off right now.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I might grab it, not just for this, but just for the sake of, you know.
Well, it is fun to play around with, that's for sure. It's
I would love to play Uno with my friends in Ontario.
They
Anyway.
have added VR support too, so that's awesome. Because if you have the VR headset, you can shrink you can shrink yourself down to the size of your fucking token.
That's adorable.
So anyway, space.
Yep. Anyway, okay, you've powered up the intermittent shields, and they'll basically running them at the moment. You're down to 10% power.
All right. Well, I'm not running them now. I'm going to be running them once we enter and exit.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
But either way, it will cost you basically an additional you running to actually run them. You're down to 10% power basically.
All right. Well, anyway.
But the shields will kick in basically when needed at the moment. They're not on it properly. They'll just kind of flicker in when needed and then flicker off.
All right, I'm gonna ambush the crew while they're eating breakfast.
What?
Something.
Alrighty.
I'm just munching on a Pop-Tart.
That's okay. I've got kebab sitting next to me. The doctor's testing my blood, and apparently I'm not absorbing protein. Apparently.
Oh, I'm in the game, but okay. I'm so far.
Yeah, we're talking. This is breakfast.
Okay.
In game.
Breakfast is taken over here in the entertainment lounge.
All right. Well,
or in your rooms, cool. But the communal cookers and stuff like that are all over here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm ambushing the party as they're having breakfast.
Okay. I've got your token, like your personal token. So if you're not in your mech suits, you've got your normal tokens in your bedrooms.
Okay.
And I think I've got everybody's bedrooms correct. I'm not sure.
What's the ETA to Planetfall?
I believe, weren't you going to the satellite, weren't you, first?
Yes, we were going to the satellite first.
Okay, if you guys look into Discord, I'll post it in Space Dragoons. It's going to take you about half a day to get to it, but you're on the course to the geosynchronous satellite in orbit around the planet.
And that's the one where the other ship went down, right?
Yes, it's the one where the other ship has gone to the planet. But you know where the ship roughly is, but your scanners cannot penetrate the sand around it because the sand is very ionized. Sorry. So your scanners are getting inconclusive readings. But you can pick up the ship's power signature, and you know that something's down there. But the sand is just too ionized to actually get an accurate reading.
So basically, we gotta go the heck over there. We want to check it out.
Well, the original plan, back when we originally discussed this, was essentially to sit there and give a search of the satellite to see if we could get any navigational data. If I remember correctly, there was a couple of like 1 to 2 planets in the star system. The one that the
2 habitable. Yes.
Can I finish, please, before being interrupted? Thanks.
Can you? Sorry, continue.
Okay, that was a shitty thing to say, but that was just kind of funny.
It was just perfect timing, though.
That was a shitty thing to say, but also, yeah.
But yeah, go on, Shadow.
The planet that the Wyvern had landed on also showed signs of some basic civilization. It wasn't really clear from the scans that AIDS took what advancement the civilization took. There was also that satellite. So essentially the plan was to originally go check out the satellite, get any information and such we could from that, go down to the planet, inspect the crash or landing of the Wyvern, depending on it, check the status of its crew, and grab what materials we could off of it, and then go and explore the
the energy signatures.
Not energy signature, the building things.
We're going to great crusade and inform the savages of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm assuming that depending on what we find in the satellite, will relatively tell us what's going on. Because if I remember correctly, Levitt said that the scan showed that it was colony stuff.
Yeah, the scan showed that there was potential ancient space settlements, basically, similar energy signatures to that. Basically, when a colony starts, it has in a sense a contained
Probe away.
power thing that actually, and fabricator that actually fabricates the settlements for the people. So it will land and then it'll fabricate a settlement, and then the people will come down along with it.
If I may remind everyone, we are not actually sure where we are. So the reason why I said we should go and sorry, just ate lunch. Why we should examine the structures is because we could possibly find a serial number or something and compare it to our databank, assuming the databanks we have aren't destroyed.
No, what's to say that our databanks aren't just full of meme, because I may have just filled them with meme.
Scans have found something.
Captain, wait a second. Someone.
Alright.
That'd be funny. That'd be
Breakfast.
Cool.
Let's go.
I just heard my cat's door, little like door thing break off. So I'll be right back. I gotta fix that.
No problem. Okay, that should suffice. And whoops. Sorry, just setting stuff up. Oops, fuck. I hate it when you go to click on something on the sheets and then you accidentally press the X.
To be fair, that is, and I know this is a bit of a dead conversation, but to be fair, similar issues happen on Tabletop Simulator. Because I remember I used to do I used to play in another D&D game, like a proper D&D game, on there, and one of the worst fucking things ever was the custom sheets they have. They're scripted, and it was so fucking annoying to use because you had to sit there and fit it just right because it wouldn't constrain to the borders of the actual like D&D character sheet. It would sit there and move over the lines, and it'd be annoying as fucking hell.
That doesn't sound very good.
Oh,
I mean, it's more of an annoyance.
Yep. Alrighty, so what did you want to do at the, at the dinner table?
Morning.
Oh, that was breakfast.
It's breakfast live. Yeah. Anyway.
It is meal table.
Morning. I've run a diagnostic of the engines, and I'm happy to report that everything is working properly. Which
nice.
there was nothing small, no personal belongings within it. Which means that you have all done a good job of making sure that the bodies were properly prepared for disposal when you tossed them in.
Man,
so
we kind of just yeeted them in there. Huh?
Don't say that. Don't. I'm complimenting you. Don't ruin it.
Them in there, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Kobe.
So, good job, and I expect to continue to see similar levels of care taken with anything to do with the ship. Really.
Okay.
If you're asking if we're going to sit there and intentionally leave doors open, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
That's not what I'm saying.
It's a random thing to pull up, but okay.
No, I'm saying good job. You did the funeral right. You didn't fuck up. Good job. Just
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this
just
guy.
keep
That's a
the
weird thing to
compliment.
bring up.
How are
I
we
know.
doing on ammunition for defensive purposes? You say that we have, the maintenance and such is good, but how are we doing defenses-wise?
Your turret is functioning, but doesn't quite shoot fully accurately. Your other systems are currently offline and they don't have sufficient power to run.
Shields are at acceptable levels.
Okay, what about thrusters? Are we going to be able to get out of here in a hit?
Yes. We're not going to have any issues with the engines. I've already done the diagnostics, as I mentioned, so we're all good. And we'll be able to make planetfall and get out of planetfall. How the shields will perform is probably not up to code, but let's be real here.
There's a full status report
special.
of the ship.
This is a special.
This is an abnormal situation, so we have to do what best we have.
Well, it's the Ukrainian standard.
That's not
So it's
exactly
good.
very high.
Yeah, that's
alright.
like saying it conforms to the Soviet Union standards.
No,
This
Gravitz.
is the communist China standard.
No, it is up
Oh,
to
it's not
code
that bad.
for the Ukrainian underground resistance, which
That
is
is
higher
even
than
worse.
communists, I'll have you know.
We are
it
not
isn't.
the Ukrainian underground resistance. We are a mercenary corporation.
I am.
Are we mercenaries?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are mercenaries, but I am Ukrainian underground, so
Well, it depends. Some of you
up to
are
my
mercenaries.
standards, is what I'm
Others are like technicians going
Really
to
low standards.
aid mercenaries and stuff like that. But basically, you're part of a mercenary
I'll have you know my
group
standards
that
are very
actually
high.
joins forces to actually,
Sure, bud.
go across to front lines.
Yeah, anyway, point being, good job, you did it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Bud.
You guys are pretty lucky because things like
Rally.
dog tags and stuff like that don't really go well in an ion drive.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that.
To be fair, I did ask, but no one seemed to care, and people were getting pissy at me for focusing so much on the body.
Well, luckily,
Honestly,
if
I
I
would've
remember
just tossed
correctly,
nothing over.
I think it was Sid.
Oh,
No, it wasn't Sid. It was Ruby and
you lost
And-
over here.
Yukimiko that basically, when you search the bodies when you're first coming through, you actually grab their dog tags, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I grabbed them.
Because their dog tags are basically, they're near indestructible.
grabbed
You
the
can drop a nuke on a
materials.
dog tag, and it'll basically, it might come off with a few scuffs.
Oh, it's like
So
that,
if you chuck
that
them in
Game
your
Boy
iron
that
engine,
was-
all of a sudden they start rattling around in it, and then they hit important places, and
And then the unstoppable force and the
immovable object.
yeah, and then they combine, and it's shit.
Sir, I know this is that reminds me of this. Hold on, I have to find this video now.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay then.
I think you know what I'm talking about, Ruby.
I don't know.
Sir Isaac Newton.
Oh, yeah, what about him?
He's dead.
Yeah. I tell you what.
Yes, he is.
He
but-
fucked Isaac Newton fucked everybody on the planet over.
Was he? Oh,
we were floating
He
around
invented gravity.
we were floating around having a good time, and then that cunt invented gravity, and all of a sudden,
Invented.
bang, we're on the ground. He's responsible for more deaths than anybody else in the world. Think of how many people have died from falling.
And I'll drop something,
Yeah,
and I'll
that-
break them. Like, God damn it, gravity.
He screwed us over.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Look at arts and memes. That is what it reminds me of.
You come up on.
Oh yeah, from yeah. So Isaac Newton is a son of a bitch.
No, he's the deadliest son of a bitch in space.
I love that bit.
Why?
Because
Why is he the deadliest man?
have you ever heard of gravity?
Watch the video.
He didn't invent it.
The rules of physics?
I put it in art and memes. I told you
I'm
that.
saying he didn't invent gravity.
no,
Shut up, he did.
Isaac Newton screwed us all over. Case closed.
He realized that gravity existed, and before then, we didn't, so we
Yeah,
acted
we
as
lived
if
in blissful ignorance. We could float around. Gravity didn't exist. You could breathe in space. It was a grand old time. Then Isaac Newton invents gravity, and everybody plummets to the ground like meteors.
We used to break the laws of physics all the time, but then those darn physicists invented them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Utter dickbag, I tell you. Utter dickbag.
Frankly, I'm surprised he's not dead twice.
Just double kill him.
That's also the Ukrainian standard, by the way.
I hate you.
Double kill.
Multi-kill.
Double kill.
No, you shoot once and you shoot again just to make sure.
That's called double tap.
Yeah, but in Ukraine it's called double kill. Because this is Ukraine.
Because you're illiterate.
I do have a...
No, because we're Russian. But
Miko,
no.
I do have a serious question to ask.
Yes.
What is the status of the maglocks on the airlock?
Son of a...
Because
the airlocks are currently completely functional. They are built to withstand a lot of punishment.
No, that's the airlocks, not the airlocks maglocks. The maglocks are the thing that latches onto, for example, the not the Dragon, the other ship, and made it to where we don't sit there and essentially break apart from them.
I will repeat my question. I will repeat my previous question. We're not in space, are we?
Again,
no, it means like the docking system, basically.
Yeah, well, we docked good,
so really shitty locks. You know that, right? We just have a really.
Your dock system
the docking system works. So the answer is what you already know.
Yep, the docking system is perfectly functional. You're able to go onto the other ship with no problem.
That's the answer.
How'd you know that we didn't lose the ship, huh?
Because we're on it.
No, we're not.
I mean, if you want to get technical.
Quit lying, we're in space.
We're in space in a ship.
No, that's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, if you wanted to get technical, these theoretically could all be in the past, and we are essentially reliving these moments, because you know how when you're dying...
we're about to die? Yeah.
Yeah, life flashes before your eyes.
I hope so. Anyway.
That's not true.
At the end of my little spiel, I'm gonna add on that future negligence will be punished by half rations for a day.
What
so just avoid that.
Fuck you.
Look, alright, we are in space. We are as far as possible from a repair station. If anything breaks, we have to fix it. And sometimes we can't. So just don't make things break.
Okay, but regardless of what happens, I'm keeping my Pop-Tarts, bitch.
Yeah. Avoid throwing your Pop-Tarts into the engines and shit.
Why would I do that? I want to eat them.
Don't throw yourself into the engine.
I put them near the fire so that they get toasty. God. Jesus, like you don't even know what a Pop-Tart is. Fuck.
I know what a Pop-Tart is.
Well, then you should know that that's how you get them nice and golden brown.
Okay, anyway. Don't die on me either. Dying on me will be punished by death.
That's fair. That's a pretty fair
we should,
fair punishment for dying.
We should, now that we know everything is in decent shape, we should sit there and work on getting to the satellite and trying to dock with it.
That's what we've been doing all night. We're still only half a day from there.
Yes, when the engines weren't fixed, as far as I was aware.
No, I fixed the engines before I went to bed.
Yeah, so we should be going there faster.
Well, you've got the engines functioning. They've got power and whatnot, so they're running at 25%, but that is enough to make planetfall and get off planet.
That is the Ukrainian standard as well.
We're not wanting to do planetfall quite yet. We wanted to check the satellite.
Space, no one can hear you read.
Okay, so you've all had your chat. You're waiting till you reach the satellite, I'm guessing?
Yep. Hey, Sid.
Oh, you missed the speech.
A wild Sidran
good job throwing the bodies into the engines. You made sure everything was good, and don't fuck shit up, or else you're gonna have half as much food for a day.
God, that bedhead's taking abuse.
My Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Well.
Are they windscreen wipers, I hear? Or is that a bedhead?
That is windshield wipers.
Can she hear us?
I don't know.
I can hear you guys.
Oh. Hello.
Alright, good. That means I don't need to repeat myself.
That is the loudest heartbeat ever.
No, it's
That is also Ukrainian standard.
Sounds like
my sensitivity is too high too, so give me a sec here.
Yep, no problem.
Sounds like she's going through like a car wash with those big old like weird like cleaner things that just kind of slap at your car.
Honestly, I thought it was a bed head. Because that's the sound that my bed used to make.
Oh,
why would you?
Oh god!
Why would a haircut like hair make that noise?
No, I thought of the hair products.
Okay.
No, I thought of like, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and hair's all shitty. I thought he was talking like that, and I'm like, what?
I thought you were talking. Yeah, no. I thought talking about the like maybe like an amassment of the product bedhead was like just being thrown around, and that's the sound.
No, I mean like the bed head, like the top of the bed.
Yeah. We're just kind of stupid, so it took us a minute.
Look, Lavitz, alright.
Like,
you know what they
banging of the bed when you're going
for
down.
brain cells is in Canada? It's 3.
That's so mean. Hey, in America, it's like 1.
No, in America it's 2.
No. Well, more up north it's 2. And south it's 1.
You can't say it's mean because I'm Canadian. I can't be racist to Canada.
I'm sure you could if you tried. You're just not trying hard enough, mate. You got to put more dedication to it.
I tried already. It doesn't work. It turns out that
you're just not trying hard enough.
Beaver fuckers.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Man, you sound like my parents.
Not really.
Can't be racist to a nation. That's not how it works.
Can.
Isn't nationalism a different thing, though?
Oh fuck.
Well, apparently you can be racist to a religion.
What if a nation was made up of one guy? You could be racist to one guy.
Yeah, but then you're just picking on the poor guy. What are you picking on the poor guy? He's trying to make his own nation. Leave him alone. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's not picking on him because of his race, is it?
And you could be picking on him because of his race, but that's beside the point. The point is you're picking on one dude. That's so mean. Fuck off.
Yes, but if you're talking shit about a nation, that is not racist.
Alright, anyway, point being, we're all good. Everything's up to Ukrainian underground code, so we're fine.
So really shitty.
Look, it hasn't killed me yet.
Really shitty, but not too shitty.
Yeah, it hasn't killed me yet, and it's better than the communist stuff, I can tell you that much. Trust me on this.
Not exactly a high fucking bar.
Right? Our nuclear reactors don't kill us.
I'm
Just
sure you
saying.
could if you tried.
Well, yeah, but we have to try for that.
Everything you know is you try.
I mean, that's actually a bit higher of a bar because there's been, you know, the Japanese had a nuclear meltdown as well.
Yeah, but they built. That was just because they built it on a fucking fault line.
Did they really?
They built it on a fault line, so when an earthquake hit, it actually fucked up the ground of it.
I thought it was because of the tsunami.
Yeah, but the fault line damaged it as well. So the earthquake damaged the reactor slightly. Then the tsunami hit, which kind of exacerbated the problem, which then caused the leakage.
It was already kind of down. It just pushed it over extra.
Okay. Who did we lose? We lost Sid.
No, Sid's still here. It's our Shadow, me, and it's this is the other dude.
You guys hear me?
The only same teammate. Yes, we can.
Okay.
Kamiko, yeah.
Probably Czar. He's
No.
Now we lost Kamiko.
No, I just said it was Kamiko. I have it pulled up. Zara's still here, but they're still silent.
Yep, he's just doing chores.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know why, but my PC, whenever I have a full screen app, it just will not remove the little taskbar at the bottom.
Okay, see what you do for that is you go into Task Manager and find a program called Windows, and it'll give.
I've already done that.
Oh,
I shouldn't have to do that.
The other day, my nephew came in, and when I wasn't in my house, and he fucked around with my computer. My house was messed up like fuck, but he pressed something on my keyboard that actually made like the browser, the top bars and the bottom bars and everything just disappear.
Oh.
I don't know how we did it.
hid them.
And he also brought up the script somehow. The kid's like
And he
2.
pulled up all your,
He's like,
all your
he's
porn.
just over 2, and he literally messed up my browser, and it took me like a half an hour to figure out how to fix it. And I think I just did it by fluke. But they're like,
He messed up my browser, he messed up the filings, and worst of all, he sent me a prescription for, a subscription to Hulu.
oh, I wouldn't do
Hey,
that.
Hulu's not a bad subscription service.
Not if you can't pay for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, either way, you guys are beginning to dock with the satellite. The satellite actually does not have a docking system on it. It is literally an unmanned, basically AI driven system.
Cool robots.
So there actually has no life support or really anything. If you want to actually interact with it, you actually have to do a spacewalk.
Ah.
Nozar, we haven't been able to hear you for a while.
Testing.
I think that push to talk is clicking you
There
out.
you go.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Taval lives.
I've been using push. I was pushing my push to talk button when I was talking to you guys there.
Yeah, no,
yikes.
we couldn't hear you the whole time, mate. Might want to use just keep yourself activated the whole time unless you've got a lot of background sound going, but you're fairly quiet, so.
And people wonder why I fucking don't like using push to talk, because reasons like that, and the fact that I forget so easily that I have it on.
I only use push talk in
There we go.
Discord. I just have it open mic.
Okay, so I've put the message in Space Dragoons of what the satellite looks like.
Oh yeah, the picture.
Yep, that is what it looks like. It's an unmanned geosynchronous orbit satellite.
As the kids say, totally tubular.
We might be able to have aides connect to it if it is AI operated. See if he can start up a handshake protocol.
Yep. So almost cut out for me, so it sounded like you said we might have AIDS.
Well, AIDS is there to aid you.
I don't think AIDS is there to aid me. I don't want to get AIDS. That's not exactly there to aid me.
AIDS is your friend. AIDS
No,
is
it's
full of
not.
nothing but love.
No, it's
Sorry,
not.
Ruby. I can't do that.
You know it very well. I'm talking about the SCD, not the actual AI.
Well, it
Did
is
no one
spelled
get that
differently.
reference?
It is spelled
Of course,
differently. It is,
2001: Space Odyssey.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, of course. How? Very
You'd be surprised how many people don't actually know that fucking reference.
That's fair.
Anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs quickly. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
What are some other good movies to reference? And
Alien?
Anyway,
Event Horizon.
oh yeah, you
I love
are
Event
one
Horizon.
ugly motherfucker.
That's from Predator.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The first two were awesome. Okay, we just lost Zar.
Oh god, they're dropping like flies. It is like Predator. You know what I love about Fortnite? The fact that it's become a fishing simulator.
Really?
Yeah, there's a fishing rod, and there's different
Can you guys
spots in
hear
the
me now?
water where you
Yep,
can fish.
can
as
hear you,
well.
mate. You're a bit quiet, but I think I can turn... No, I've got you at max.
oh dear.
But it's alright, you're on roughly the same level as everybody else, and I've got them at... Oh, actually, I've got Shadow at like 40%, and everybody else is at 200.
Ah,
Well, I'm on my second beer.
Looks like
nice. What you drinking?
The Chancer Golden Ale.
Oh, golden ale. Oh, I just heard Citron.
Yep. Hey, Sid.
Very briefly.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
You like golden?
Golden Grahams?
Showers?
Sweetie, you cut out.
Golden gay time.
Golden Gay Time is what she's asking. Do you like Golden Gay Time?
No, I've never actually tried one. That's
What is
never had
Golden
a
Gate
gate?
time?
it's an ice block.
Wait, what?
Okay, I was gonna say something.
It's an ice cream chocolate covered thing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to have a Golden Gay Time. with the Djinn.
If I say that to a certain crowd, I'd be in for
If
something.
you guys say that to a certain crowd, you're gonna have a
See,
fun afternoon. I'll tell you that much.
It was named back when gay meant happy.
It's before
happy.
It was happy to be second deck.
Yeah, it was made back when like named when gay meant happy, so it was a golden happy time.
Yeah. So it's happy time to eat it.
Yep. But no, I've never tried one. I've never been much of they're not Cadbury. They're not Peters. They're not. What are they?
What? Wait, what is what?
Ice blocks.
Oh, I have no idea. Am I taking fire?
Alright.
Oh my god, I am getting a phone call. Real quick, hold on 1 second.
Okay, so Shadow's still gone. God, I think we spend more time getting ready for the actual game than actually playing the game nowadays. Pardon me.
We do indeed.
Like, it's been an hour already.
Well, because I
Have a
was
meme.
an hour late, I didn't miss anything. So
Yep. Alrighty then. Let me just get this
Hello.
map.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I am also back.
Back in black.
Bow. Bow.
Banana.
Bow.
Banana. 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 Banana.
I don't know why, but when you said Back in Black, my mind instantly went to Fortunate Son.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to ACDC.
Okay,
I mean,
welcome
I
back,
know it's
Nico.
an ACDC song, and that's.
What did I
I
miss?
think that's.
Nothing.
I think that's why.
Nothing.
Oh god, someone made a comic for that. That's so fucked.
Anything.
I hate that. I hate that somebody made like a manga version of that shitpost.
Alright, well,
Okay.
while we're waiting, I'm gonna try and repair the turrets a little bit.
The turrets are functioning fine. With more power, they'll be able to get their proper targeting systems on. But at the moment, it's manual targeting.
You better
Alright, well, that's fine then.
fully operational.
That's fine then. Let's take a peek at the ship states. What else is there?
Operational.
Yep. If you need to know the ship status, all you need to do is
I'm just
basically
checking,
click
yeah.
on ship status, and that's basically information that aids will provide you.
So we were docking to the satellite.
Alright, well,
You were flying up next to it. There is no docking system on the satellite itself.
Right.
It is an unmanned drone, basically.
alright, well, once we get there, let's just skip to them, I guess. If we're
I think
just,
we're already there.
shit.
We're docked.
Well, you can't dock
Alright.
with it. You park next to it.
You know what I
Alright, I'm
mean?
gonna
We were
park
gonna
next
have
to it.
we were gonna have AIDS interface
Yeah,
with it because it was AI controlled.
You got parallel park.
Yep. Alright, let's just have a look and see if we can actually connect with it. No, it has no wireless connection.
Alright, I'm gonna go check it out.
Alrighty, you'll have to go on basically a spacewalk to get to it.
Alright,
Nice. Ooh, be right back.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna grab my weapon. I'm gonna make sure I have my weapons,
Okay.
just in case.
Well, you'd have to go out there with your mech suit, so you'll need your
I
weapons
already
are
am.
basically inbuilt to your suit, so there's less of a chance of you actually losing them.
Oh, well, I've been carrying the pistol around even when I'm not
Yeah.
in it. So.
Well, everybody, by law, you're supposed to carry your pistol and wear your suits at all time.
Yeah, I just haven't been wearing my mech suit.
Yep.
When I go to bed, apparently. Even though I said I was. Anyway.
So it's not very comfortable because you basically have to sleep in an upright position.
It's comfortable by Ukrainian standards. I'll give it that, alright?
Yep, and there's more room than a Ukrainian household.
Yep. I plan to change that once the commies are gone.
Commies are never truly gone.
Hello.
That's what you think.
Hello.
We just haven't tried hard enough.
Hey, I have
Anyway.
a question for y'all.
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Is there anyone in
We need
here
to head
that when you think of like Starbucks, you think of like a wonderful place that you just love to go to. That every time you go, you enjoy it.
I've never actually been to a Starbucks. I don't think I've even seen one.
I've been to a Starbucks, and the answer is no. They charge you for water.
So we're supposed to be a yes.
Wow.
That's
They charged me for water. No.
I've been to Starbucks, and I've not went, like a lot of times, but every time they've gotten my order right. And
They charged me for water, 0 out of 10.
That's fair. Also, Sidran, I heard you. Someone take that as a yes.
No.
Oh.
Alright, anyway, can I get the satellite, please?
Yes,
Yeah, I know that you used to work at Starbucks. Sweetie, I remember stories.
Roll us basically thrusters to basically get
Would
to
that be tech?
no, it'll just be a standard D10. It'll be a piloting check.
D10? Wait,
no,
hold
D20.
on. Sorry. Isn't piloting counted under tech?
Yes, you can get actually a boost from your tech.
Alright. 7.
7. Yeah, you get a bit wonky, but you manage to fire your thrusters just enough to actually board on it. But it's a bit touch and go for a second there. Where are my papers? Oh, there they are. So you're now on next to the. Well, you're now squirreling onto the satellite.
This is nice.
What would you like to do?
This looks like Quarians.
Kamiko. Use your words,
Hey, you're the one
buddy.
in charge, man.
Yeah, you're the one out in space.
Not sure what it is.
Is he here? Is he alive?
I don't know.
Or has he perished?
I can't hear him. Oh, fucking goddamn. That's it.
What?
Fucking. Every
Oh,
time
he
I go to
muted
click
himself.
Discord, fucking Windows Edge keeps coming up for some reason.
Ooh, annoying.
Yeah, that's actually fucking. I don't know why, but I use Firefox normally, and for some ungodly fucking reason, I don't know if it's Windows doing it or whatnot. It keeps desyncing my account, making my fucking search engine Bing, as well as making my homepage through Bing, and I don't know fucking why.
It keeps on making Chrome keeps on making mines like Yahoo.
Duh.
Jesus Christ!
Electronic fart.
Someone just die in Space Invaders. Jesus. That's legitimately what that reminded me of.
Okay, Kamiko, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom stopped bitching at me to do chores. Alright, I'm back. So,
I thought you did short.
Shut up, Mom! It's D&D time. God.
Get out of my room, I'm playing D&D.
I'm an adult now, let me play D&D in peace, man.
There's more, apparently. Anyway, so, I'm gonna take a look at the information, see if I can't figure out what it is. It should be simple because it's primitive, and I'm a Ukrainian, so I've probably been running with this tech for a good while.
Yeah, it's probably advanced to you.
I disagree. Again, Lavitz, we are slightly ahead of the communists in terms of safety standards.
Yeah, both of
And
you are
quality.
fucking way
Yeah,
behind, though.
so you're at the Bronze Age instead of the friggin' Stone Age.
No.
What everyone else is like.
In fairness, the communists were at the Bronze Age. I'm in the Middle Ages. Anyway,
Okay.
People.
that's my role for it.
all the time. Isn't it supposed to be whatever the admin says goes?
Okay.
Lavitz, that's my role for it.
Okay, yep, you can
to find
understand
it.
that this is probably close to 1,000 years old, but it's still powered to a degree, and it's got exabytes worth of data on the planet itself. Weather patterns, formations, tidal shifts.
Can I just take the entirety of the satellite? Like, is it big enough to?
No, the satellite is about half the size of your ship.
All right, well, cool. I'm just gonna take the data then.
Alrighty.
That's exabytes. That's huge. Do we have the room?
We are in space. There's always room.
You can. There's about 100 hard drives worth of space there, and you can only carry one.
Take the hard drive out of it.
Yeah, you can only probably carry one at a time at most.
All right, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! 1 quintillion bytes.
18.
Yep. You managed to reach in and open up a panel, and you managed to pull one of the systems. Now, what would you like to pull? There's a few labels there, and just tell me what you want to pull, and you'll be able to pull it.
Okay. Can I translate the labels?
Yes, it isn't actually primitive Earth text.
Oh no.
What I mean
What do
is
you mean
like
primitive?
it's in basic like now you guys kind of communicate not only in English but also in mathematical equations. But basically this is just in pure English.
Okay.
Yes. E equals MC squared.
Oh yes. Ukraine. The country of Ukraine as a picture.
Yeah, well this thing is old enough to probably remember when Ukraine actually existed.
Nice.
Well, actually recognized as an independent country.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it back. Anyway,
Not part of the Russian
what are the
Federation.
labels?
It'll work this time. Don't worry, bud. It'll work this time. Don't worry.
No, apparently they revived the communist bloc. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll work this time. Don't worry. Little guy.
They're gonna collapse eventually.
Okay, so what information did you want to pull?
What's the options?
Basically, it's got most of it's weather and planetary shifts and tidal formations. There's also comings and goings of things that have entered the atmosphere, ranging from meteorites to actual ships.
Would that include where they went down specifically on the map?
Yes.
All right, we're taking that one.
Okay, so how far do you want to go back?
I would like to mention something.
Yep.
So theoretically, what is the data that it holds for the ships? Is it just like, a ship entered the system, or did it register a serial?
Yeah, it will generally be which direction it came from, if it had a serial number that it recognizes, and generally the class of ship.
Also where it went, I believe you mentioned.
That data may be useful if it includes dates relatively, because we could try and theoretically try and compare that to our own.
Well, I'm already taking it.
Yep. Okay.
I'm taking it out.
You see how the system goes. Okay. It actually causes a slight short circuit, but you probably could grab one more data bank on a second trip.
All right. Good enough. We've got what was it I said? A year worth of data?
A year's worth of comings and going. It's only a couple terabytes, that is.
Excellent. Alright, and then back.
Yep.
For my next one, which is what's the topography? Where's the topographical data?
It's basically like tidal shifts, earthquakes, movement of the plates, volcanic disruptions. It's really just got it's got the base map, and then it's got the updates to it. So it'll be like mountain situated here, then shifts, and then it will literally say mountain that was here has shifted to this area here, crumbled this much, risen that much, exploded from X amount of kilotons of force from volcanic eruption.
We're taking all of that.
That is literally the entire satellite.
All right,
because that's the most thing of it. It was literally is cataloging everything on the planet.
We're taking the basic one.
Just get some zip ties and zip tie it to the hull of the ship. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're taking just the
current, basically the current mapping.
Yes, current mapping.
Alrighty.
I don't want anything else.
You can take a snapshot of it basically, and take that as well. Let's just see how.
I have a question.
Okay, good.
For AIDS. For AIDS, can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I have a question for AIDS. Can he make small copies of himself?
No, he can only really project himself, or basically he can adapt to, like, he has a full small wireless system that he can actually have a section of himself in it where he can actually connect two things.
Okay, so my question is, could we use that small wireless section to connect to the satellite? Because I want to know if the retrograde thrusters and such are still functional.
Yeah, you probably can. You have to do a quick spacewalk, but yeah, you have to basically float across and basically put one of his pieces into it.
I'm just gonna check the satellite.
Kumiko, if you could possibly do that, because you're probably better.
I'm gonna check the satellite, see if I can't salvage any of it. I'm gonna see if I can't do the Ukrainian special.
No, don't salvage it. If the retrograde thrusters are
that's looking for usable parts. That's the Ukrainian special.
Sounds like just smashing with a sledgehammer.
No, it's much more delicate than that.
No. We use screwdrivers as well.
No. We use drills. Thank you very much.
So sorry, what were you saying?
You know what? I am done. Goodbye.
That's what I was saying.
I'm done. I'm not going to continue fighting people to try and fucking think.
The thrusters are good.
I'm just done. I'm done. I'll talk to you later, Lavitz.
Alright, catch you later.
That was not good.
Yeah, that was a dummy spit.
Alright, so... what I believe he was saying was that he wants us to see if we can salvage the retrograde thrusters.
No, I think he was saying that he wanted to connect AIDS to it to try and figure out what... that's what I think he was wanting to do.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh well, that was a bit of a downer, but...
Yeah. Sorry about that, Lavitz.
No, that's alright.
Oh, shit. Alright, well, I guess we'll... I'd like to do an assessment of the systems to see exactly what we could take for ourselves to use.
Alright.
I agree, sir. Alright, so here's my roll. 19.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, my mic is dying on me big time, I think.
Oh no. Well, not really. Oh, who left?
Wait, is it better now? I changed my sensitivity to 30%.
Yep, I can hear you.
Loud and clear, or just... Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yep, we can hear you fine.
Alright, so that's my roll for assessing to see what we can salvage for our purpose.
Okay. Yeah, there is a small power bank. It is almost depleted, but it does have enough juice in it to, if you pull it, to actually put it into your ship.
Alright, let's do that.
Yeah, it's running off a Naquita generator.
Alright, let's do it. So that's is my tech roll good enough for that, or do I have to...
that was to basically identify the area.
Alright. 3.
Okay.
3 to pull it out. I do not pull it out. In fact, I push it further in.
Oh no.
Yep, you managed to short circuit it, and all the data is wiped.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, well, good thing that we got the things we wanted first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna try and remove it. I'm gonna try and remove the power cell again. There we go. If there's any juice in here,
what was that?
It'll be good. Zar. That was Zar again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his mic is really giving him a lot of grief at the moment.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What's the matter?
My filter popped out of me smoke.
Ah, damn.
I get in there. I rolled it too fucking tight.
Right. So is that sufficient to remove it then?
Yeah, she managed to pull the thing, but the short circuit did do quite a bit of damage to it. But you should be able to actually connect it to your Nakwita generator, or take the fuel. Well, you couldn't actually get the Nakwita generator out of it. You managed to just pull the fuel source, because Nakwita is a solid.
You can just pull the fuel then.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Zar had to. Yep. Zar had to go. He said he's going to try and get a new mic, and it should be. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
I love how this session is just running perfectly. Everybody's here on time.
Ray left.
And
well, Ray's not here. Sidran, fairness.
Sidran's here, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, in fairness, that's about on par for Sidran, which is just...
Well, Sid's getting home from work, so, you know, it's just that the timing is a bit inconvenient. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really blame, but... Yeah, and then Shadow left.
Yeah.
This is going great, you know? We still have 2 people out of the 6 that we started with. I'm thinking a lot of it is going to have to scale down any battles we're going to get here, where it's just like, oh yeah, we fight 1 instead of 7 guys.
Yeah, I'm already taking that into account, especially after last fortnight's game, where almost everybody got slaughtered.
Well, yeah,
throw all 7 of them at us. Let's go.
You don't have Zar, and then Sidran shows up late, so neither of them are shooting, and it's just like oh great, we're getting killed basically, almost.
Yeah.
At this point, honestly, you know, I was really excited. Like, planning I put into this was kind of ridiculous, actually, but here we are.
What do you mean?
Like that speech thing at the beginning, that checkup on the engine, that was actually intended, because I was like, well, just in case you guys forgot to take off any personal belongings that might damage the thing, I'm going to check the engine.
I'm going to try and get see if I can convince Shadow to come back.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta not be a dickhead. Me too, because I was going to be a dickhead as well.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is we need to work on our mic etiquette. Yeah, our mic etiquette.
We need to raise our hands when we want to talk. Or something similar to that.
In a sense, yeah. I think we just got to work on our mic etiquette. When one person starts, another, you know, we got to listen to it.
Right.
So yeah, we'll just work on our etiquette to when one person's talking, everybody listen and whatnot. And if need be, I'll get people to roll, and then we'll go in like basically a turn order. Yeah, roll turn order to talk in a sense. Welcome back, Shadow.
Hi.
All right, we got the fuel in. That's good.
Yep.
Now I just need to pour it inside.
Okay, Shadow, they've managed to salvage the fuel from it, but it did cause a short circuit, which has actually wiped all the data that was left on the satellite.
Which is not a good thing, considering what I told you.
Yeah. So, you want to explain it a bit better, because I'm not probably going to articulate it as well.
So essentially, on space satellite, there are these things called retrograde rockets, which are essentially mini rockets that will sit there and continue to help keep the satellite into orbit, because the orbit's not always stable. What I wanted to do before you guys salvage the fuel, because we can't do it now, was to sit there and see if the retrograde rockets were still fueled and still able to be used. Because then we could sit there and put a fragment of AIDS into the actual satellite and have it as a backup weapon in case something happened, because then AIDS could sit there and do a calculated orbiting, essentially making it to where we could target wherever we wanted with the fucking satellite that crashes down from the sky. Well, but we can't do that now because you guys salvaged the fuel cell.
Well, the problem is it sits actually out in the orbit similar to a moon. So it's actually quite a distance from the planet. It actually probably couldn't do that because it's been placed there and it kind of orbits like a moon as opposed to actually using thrusters to remain in that kind of close proximity to the planet.
No.
That would also probably cause an apocalypse.
Retrograde rockets are not for continued sustain. They're like maneuvering rockets. They essentially make small maneuvers and such. They're not the main rockets that keep them into orbit. Once you're in orbit, it's not easy to get out of, but those things essentially make it to where it's not in a position to deorbit.
They also
this thing is far enough away that it's in the gravitational control, but it's actually not close enough that it would need these basically to be fired very often, probably once every 200 years or something.
Right, so that means it would have had plenty of fuel to deorbit it. Also, on the fact of apocalyptic, satellites deorbit all the time. Depending on the size, they would sit there and more or less burn up on impact with a few pieces. That's depending on the size of this, it could have made a fairly sizable explosion, but nothing on apocalyptic scale.
It's about half the size of your ship.
So no, it wouldn't be apocalyptic scale at all.
If you want, you can roll a detect to see what kind of material it's made of.
Alright. Would that also be tech?
Yeah, you can use your tech.
I mean, the idea is fairly moot now, because they've removed fuel cells, which would be needed for it actually to do any sort of maneuvering to deorbit. Because being deorbited, once it's fired the maneuvering thrusters, there's not much maneuvering needed to deorbit something. It would just need calculations based off of AIDS, because I'm sure AIDS is a very powerful AI, correct? If he can sit there and do the calculations, we could have had it to where he deorbits it by lightly maneuvering the thrusters to deorbit it forcefully. Because we do that all the time for satellites that we're decommissioning but want the data from. We sit there and deorbit the satellites with the current technology we have to sit there and retrieve data off of them. That's what they did to Sputnik, and a couple of other early NASA prototype satellites. And theoretically, if, AIDS had done the calculation, theoretically, if we still had the fuel cells inside of the satellite, and AIDS was a part of AIDS. That's why I asked if he could copy himself, because if AIDS could sit there and deorbit the satellite, that would be an extremely potent weapon wherever we needed it.
Copying himself goes against copyright protocol, so he's not allowed to do it.
No, I'm not meaning in copying entire of himself. Like a small... have you ever played Destiny?
No.
I have.
So, you know what a war mind is, Ruby, right?
Yeah, the war, what was his name? Rasputin. Yeah.
You know what a submind is, right?
I forget.
Essentially a small, minor fraction of the original AI. All that would be needed in the satellite would be a small sliver of AIDS to sit there and actually do the calculations.
Okay, it's a little piece of his brain, but
yeah, more or less. That would be the original idea, because having an orbit sit there and drop down wherever you needed it would be a pretty beneficial weapon to have at our side, especially on a planet which we don't know what the flora and fauna are. We had no idea what's down there. And that's why I wanted this as a sort of plan zero.
Well, can we put the fuel cells back in?
Well, you short-circuited it.
You just lost all the data.
Which may or may not include, depending on what data drives are connected to what, include the actual ability to fire the retrograde stuff.
Yeah.
Either way, do you want to put the energy into your ship?
Yes.
Alrighty, you can feed the NACWA to because you pulled the fuel cells, so you can put that straight into the NACWA generator and convert it across.
Okay.
Right.
If you're seeing this,
If that's a roll, I forget what the D20 that got a 21 was, but
that was to determine what type of material the satellite is made of. And
then
it's actually made from plasteel, which is it molds like plastic, but it is as hard as steel.
That's cool.
Yep. It's designed that when it enters, basically extreme heat basically burns it away.
Alright, well, can I take it? Some of it, anyway?
You could probably try and salvage a piece of it, but it is actually quite awkward.
11.
Yep, you can go out there with the plasma cutter and basically cut through and take off a small piece of its wing.
Alright, this is for future projects. Let's go.
They make really good weapons.
Does AIDS have any drones or anything under his control?
At the moment, he's got one drone powered.
You're welcome.
And that is going around doing small little repairs to the hull and the electronic systems.
I had an idea for that. While we are down on planet side, we're not going to really need to return to the ship constantly. So, since, this is basically now a floating piece of junk in space, I was thinking that while we are down planet side, that AIDS could come back up here with the ship, or one of us could come back up here with the ship at some point, and deconstruct the satellite itself for valuable materials. Or we could just bet now. Because if we disassemble it, that's more materials we can use in repairs and other projects. So it may be beneficial to go ahead and just deconstruct it now.
Alright, how much blast fuel do I get?
You managed to get 5 meters square.
If it's that
Alright.
important to you, keep it. Just make sure you're ready to live with the consequences.
Why is it still fucking hot here?
I don't know, man. I'm still getting hella heat down here, and it's mid-October.
Well,
I'm in Canada.
it's 22 degrees Celsius in my house right now. And
it is 10 degrees up.
What's that to America?
Let me do the math. So,
let's see. That would be about 82, I think.
10 divided by 5 times 9 plus 32 is 50. It's about 50 degrees.
I'd also like to add that in addition to the idea of deconstructing the satellite, we're not going to be able to do much because it's only 3 of us now. Because Zar left, Sidron's gone, and I don't know what's going on with No, I don't know what's going on with Ray.
I think Ray's not available today.
Right. So if it's just the 3 of us, we're not going to be able to actually do much.
Don't worry. I've tailored the things to the group. Either way, at the moment the satellite is powered down. You've taken a wing off of it. Well, a chunk of its wing off.
Alright, let's fuel it up.
Alrighty. Roll us a conversion to basically feed it into the Nackwater generator to try and charge the ZPM. You get a blowback, and it actually the fuel basically it deems the fuel unrefined, and it just ejects it, and the fuel basically plonks back out on the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna clean it up then.
No, it's like an error in the thing. It's like the refining process is a primitive version of it.
No.
So the Nackwater generator
I'm
can't
clean
really
up the floor.
Oh no! Just you insert the fuel, and then it just goes. It's kind of like a vending machine when you put like a crinkled note in it, and it just kind of goes and spits it out.
Okay, so it's just back into the container it was in then?
It was just a raw fuel cell that you had.
Like it's a pod, and I just ejected the pod back.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I would like to see if. No, I guess I can't.
Oh, what you want to do?
Yeah. I was gonna see if there's if AIDS could assist me with a little project I wanted to do. I wanted to essentially see if I can maybe make the if I can maybe use the parts of, since it's basically a hunk of flying junk and it will eventually deorbit. We're going to see if maybe he can help me make a weapon with it, with the part.
Well, at the moment is just a broken hard drive in a steel shell, in a plasteel shell, I should say.
No, not the hard drive. The actual like satellite.
That's what I mean. The satellite is basically a hard drive in a plasteel shell.
The big one?
Yeah, the satellite itself. All it has is a small maneuvering thruster to actually push it back from the planet every couple hundred years, and then literally a small power cell, which was almost depleted, along with shitloads of hard drives and a sensor array on the very front.
Makes sense.
Could I make a drone from it?
Probably not. You could probably pull the circuitries, maybe, but really, if you want a drone, all you need to do is put enough power into the fabricator, and the fabricator will make a drone.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. I think I showed you the drone that I had in mind. Did I, Robert Louts?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you originally. I'll send it again. It was essentially like a small ground drone, like a sort of tank-looking drone.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send it again to you quickly. You know, you'd be surprised as to how few sci-fi drones there are, actually.
Trust me, I know. I was looking for certain types of inside ships, and I cannot find what I'm looking for at all.
Yeah. It's one of the things that you would think be more prominent, but they're not.
Yeah. The closest thing I could find was some stuff from Stargate.
Yeah.
And even then, it was pretty sparse.
Alright, well, if we're done screwing around with the satellite, then planetfall time.
Alrighty.
Ow, son of a bitch! My fucking headset caught onto my hair.
Once your aids piles through the data and finds the final entry point, there has been a few ships that have landed here. One about 50 years ago, and then the Drake. Not the Drake, the Wyvern.
While we are down planet side, can Abe do me a huge favor?
What is that?
Can he cross-reference the ships entering the system, their serial numbers, and any ships that we have registered to our database? If we can construct a sort of time... If he can, we can attempt to sit there and construct a small sort of timetable, and that may help us with further finding out where we are, because if he has extensive libraries, we could find out what their flight plans were and basically consolidate that with a map of where of the universe with where they were on that date.
Yep, he can start analyzing it.
They may have gotten fucked over the same as us, though.
What did you say, Levitz? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, he can try.
I'm not expecting much, but it may help us find out where we actually are.
Yep,
Alright, well,
he'll begin calculating. Alright.
Here's the calculator. Alright, here's the roll to fly in. Cross your fingers.
Alright.
Fucking 7.
Yeah, you overtax your shields, and they burn out on the way in, but the ship doesn't receive much damage. It really just kind of opens up some of the seams on the worlds that were done during the repairs. So the repair drones will have to start working on that. Well, the repair drone. Going straight into, like, taking off right away may actually cause more damage.
Oh, that's fine. We expect to be here a decent while to explore the Wyvern.
At the moment, the shields are completely inoperable, and will take time to be repaired.
Alright, make our way to the Wyvern and then land next to it. And pray that it's landed and not crashed.
Okay. We bring you to this map.
I want your friends
We're touching down next to it. So.
Yep. Wait, I just need to get one picture that I forgot to get.
Lost sight 5 minutes ago.
Where is it? And it's not here. So I've just got to get this picture because otherwise it's just not gonna fit right in the story.
You can't go in the labs. Anyone out there? They know what's going on.
Oh, wait a second. I've got to find this, otherwise it's just gonna look terrible.
Start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Damn it!
Warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
Why is ammo so fucking expensive?
Ah, that should work. Okay, it doesn't have to be that big. And I'll move that to the map. Okay, let me just reveal the area. Bottom center. Left. You land in quite a deserty, cliffy area.
Before we land, can we tell if the wyvern is crashed or not?
You'll have to go and inspect it.
No, but can we just get a decent idea from telling it?
Roll us to detect.
Alright. I believe that's just a standard D20 then.
Yes.
Alright, 5.
You know roughly where it is.
This'll put him down.
So I don't know anything about its condition. Lovely.
Not at the moment. All you know that it's got it's not running its distress beacon, but you can pick up its energy signature.
Alright, so it's online. Or something is. Let's just toss myself down here.
Yep. I couldn't find the proper wing for it, so yeah, we're kind of stuck with that one.
This is our ship's wing.
Yep, this is your ship's wing.
Alright, nice to know we've landed on Jakku, which means we can find Ray and we can instantly win.
If you want, yeah.
If I consider that an instant win.
No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of... I mean, in terms of character and plot, no, it's not. But in terms of story, yeah, it would be.
Well, basically, you'd win, but it'll be a fail for humanity and, you know, anything good in the world.
Are aliens human, though? Just saying.
Alien to other species.
Exactly, so they're not human. So it doesn't matter.
We're humans.
We can give them Ray.
Well, Ruby, I'm not sure if your character is human. I think it is.
No.
Corian?
Character's Corian.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she's running purple human. I count that as human.
Purple human in a suit.
Exactly, I count that as human.
Yeah. And I count you as a big gay.
Survival is what I hear in my head.
Yep, he's caught the massive
Excuse
problem.
me, sir.
Okay, drag your characters on.
Hey, Lavitz, just to clarify, how big are our suits compared to a average 6-foot human? Wide and tall. Are they much bigger, or?
Yeah, you're about 5 foot wide by about 10 foot tall.
Okay, I just need to... I'm just trying to make sure so I can accurately get a drone that will actually fit where we go. You know what I mean?
Oh, drones are fairly small. They're about half the size of a human, at most. They're generally around waist height.
Right. I'm just meaning like height and weight, or not height, but width.
Yep. If you guys want to use a heal crystal, basically I'll allow that. You just have to take it out of the ship's things.
Can you show us the way? Help us fight.
I don't need that. I'm already full health.
Hey, we let you out.
Yeah,
if you need a repair, I can literally do it right now.
Yeah, if you can.
Yep.
13. How's that for repair?
Yeah, you managed to like just sew up the armor.
This is also Ukrainian standard.
Oh no, I'm gonna have tetanus.
Yep. Tetanus and tinnitus.
What does the tinnitus come in from?
It rattles now, so now you got a high pitch whistling in your ear.
Damn it. Well, I know what tinnitus is, but why would I contract tinnitus?
Shoddy workmanship.
Or not contract? Well, no, because that's like that's a.
Look, alright, mine is also Ukrainian standard. This is homemade, what I'm wearing right here, and it works perfectly fine.
Well, so it's like that first Iron Man suit that's like barely able to do the job, but it still kicks ass.
Yeah. I love that first Iron Man suit.
Yeah, cool.
Alrighty, you feel the energy signature coming off to the northeast.
So this is I'm sending you this link now in Discord. Levitz, what general idea of something what my ground drone would look like, sorta.
Alrighty. Oh yeah. Yeah. At the moment, you don't have combat drones. All you've got is one repair drone online.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was just meaning for like the fabricator and such.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Why is it so actually difficult to find drone artwork for concept art? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Because like I search up UGV because that's what they are, unmanned ground vehicle, and it's just nothing shows up, or not entirely true.
Check out XCOM enemy within.
Shivs. Yep. Just grabbing them now.
Either way, what would you like to do? Northeast. You know roughly where the
things are northeast. Yeah.
Yes. This direction. Yeah.
All right. So, do you want alloy shivs or regular shivs? All right, then regular it is.
I don't know who you were asking.
You.
Wait, were you asking?
He was asking you, Shadow.
Yes, I was asking what he was asking.
Yeah, alloy or regular.
Wait, sorry. Sorry. Let me just. All right, it's in Space Dragoons.
That looks weird.
All right, alloy it is. Let's go with alloy.
What is alloy? I don't understand the question. You mean
the models, I believe.
No, that is alloy. It's like a shiv, but made out of alloy. There's also hover, but I don't think we have the technology for that available.
I don't even know what word you're using. What do you mean, shiv?
Shiv is basically another word for defense drone or attack drone.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're the most powerful units in XCOM.
I disagree.
But the least fun to use.
They don't level up.
I was actually talking to Levitz about doing something like this. If I can grab it quickly.
Yeah,
okay, you are currently on a desert. You know there are cliffs to the north and the crash ship to the south, to the northeast.
All right. Got my gun out. Is anyone else coming, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Through the dust and dirt, you start to see form take shape.
How big are we talking?
Well, it's about the size of your ship.
Okay, it's fucked. Alright, good to know.
It's actually slightly smaller than your ship, but it's designed to be a little bit more whippy, like a little bit more fast.
Alright. There's probably going to be drones like last time. Get your guns out.
Okay.
Expecting much.
Aids can talk to us, right?
To a degree. Once you get a decent away from the ship, you'll lose connection.
Okay. Can he send us a cargo manifest?
He doesn't have that data. Part of the lost damage. He doesn't even know what was really in his cargo due to the damage.
I'm just wondering if we can expect some weapons on board.
Yeah, they're part of the mercenary band, so you could probably expect some weapons.
And also resistance. So.
Well, we don't know. It could be that the drone bays were destroyed. Let's not assume anything. And that's ironic coming from fucking me.
Yeah. In this instance, better safe than sorry.
See, it's when I say that, I get yelled at.
We are in space.
Now you see me.
Yeah, but I was always told, let's not assume shit. But when I do, I get in trouble. But when you do it, it's alright.
I am the only one running tech.
What?
Wait, hold on. Why is my name not...
I don't know.
It's good for everyone else. Anyway.
I'm not seeing your name on the table.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Levitz. You're our hero.
So,
do we know where the entrance is?
Yeah, it's roughly here.
Alright. Let's see if we can't find out who's home.
Okay, roll us to detect.
Knock knock.
Alright. Fuck.
Okay, it looks like the door's actually been cut open from the outside.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay. Can we just assume that the other three are staying back to defend our ship then?
Yeah.
Alright.
Here we go. I hate to ask this because I know for a fact you won't listen to me because you never do on fucking Netherworld. Perhaps the one who has the most health go first?
True.
Oh yeah.
Or the most shields?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's up, gamers.
Okay, you enter the ship and it's fairly bare actually. It looks like things have been taken out of it. You do see some blood around.
Can I check to see what's been taken out?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
it looks like all survival equipment, emergency flares, have all been gone. They're all removed.
Well, it looks like we're not alone on the planet. The question is if it's the Wyvern's crew or someone else.
Okay, roll us another detect everybody.
Okay. 9.
Okay. Just waiting on Shadows and Kamiko's.
I typed in the command.
Wait, what? Why
It says that you're typing. It's literally just a D20, mate.
Yeah,
I know.
Why type the command?
Because I'm using my fucking phone at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I was grabbing a drink.
Okay, Kamiko's just on his way back. Discord disconnected him.
To clarify, it's an exclamation point, right, for the command?
No, it's / roll space 1d20.
Okay, that explains it.
Yep.
Because I was doing exclamation point.
While everybody else is looking through it, Shadow, you actually... Something clicks in your sensors and you realise that the communication system has been destroyed. Someone's put a plasma pistol round straight through it. And so has its communication system blown out. Its power system has been disconnected It is still there, but it's being quite damaged by pistol rounds.
Right. So this was sabotage.
You believe so? You believe that this was actually done by Federation weapons?
Who's the Federation?
You are. You're part of the Federation. You're mercenaries for the Federation. And who did we just lose?
Okay.
We just lost
Kamiko.
India. Oh no.
Oh.
I'm going to glance over to Ruby, and we'll tell Kamiko later, once he's back, that I do not think this was an accident, and it looks like Federation work.
Makes sense.
Question is, why did they cut in from the outside? If these were guys from the inside, then it would make sense that they would cut open the bulkhead from the inside. Why did they cut it from the outside?
You'll also find a message written in blood. There is a blood pattern on the floor in front of the communication systems.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, what was the line again? I'm just trying to think of what the line was. I should have written it down.
Hi, Grumpy. What are you doing? Hey there. One of my cats has come to visit me because I opened my window.
Okay.
That's cute.
It's something along the lines of, how do I explain this?
With your words?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the proper wording for it.
It's okay, take your time. Why was I putting those containers there?
It was keep them quiet.
Sorry, go ahead.
Keep them quiet or keep them silent. It was written hastily in blood, so it is kind of smeared.
Weird.
Welcome back, Kamiko.
Keep them quiet or keep them silent.
Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just stopped, and then Discord kismed off.
Yikes.
So,
sorry about that.
I'm back now. But what
is there any more indication of what or who it's talking about?
No, it was just it looked like it was hastily written in blood, and it just says keep them silent or keep them quiet.
Weird. Keep what quiet or silent?
It doesn't say.
I'm thinking that out loud.
It's in Earth language, but because it's hastily written, it's kind of flicking between the binary code that people use and just standard words.
We talking binary?
It's a kind of a binary system that certain aliens don't talk in languages, so they talk in codes, shapes, and numbers. So basically there's a binary code that's kind of a universal, and then there's Earth English. So generally most people are taught both. It's kind of like in Canada where they learn French and English, and then people just kind of forget the French because nobody wants to know French. But it's that they can all understand it to a degree, so it's kind of like if worse comes to worse, you can communicate with certain alien races with the binary.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, that's
right.
Not good,
So
is it?
No, especially considering you weren't here to hear this, but the communication system was shot, meaning sabotage, because it was Federation weapon. And we're a part of the Federation.
Yep, and the emergency broadcast system, stuff like that, that's all been, that's all had a plasma round put through it as well. Even the AI has been, blown up.
Can I repair it? Or try to repair it enough to, or can I extract some data from it?
You can attempt it.
Specifically the last recorded shit. Alright, that's my extraction. Let's see how it works.
Yep, you get a mess, there's, you can hear basically it plays, a small playback of the captain. Wait, let me just get his name right. Captain, Pasid. And basically it plays a small flickering hologram of him literally blasting the system.
Oh.
Why?
This looks interesting.
He wanted to scuttle the ship, maybe. He didn't want people to be able to use it.
If you wanted to scuttle a ship, there's better ways than shooting the consoles.
Maybe that's the only thing
you
he
hear
can do.
a convoluted message, like he's actually reciting something under his breath while he's doing it.
Grateful that I'm here.
Oh.
So,
This is all kind of cryptic.
And he's like, they must not speak. And he fires it, and then it cuts out.
Oh.
right, so possibly mind control elements at play, possibly?
Maybe. Also, yeah, I'll be right back. I need to feed my dogs.
There's also a small map indicator just to the northwest. And basically you find another small recording, and it basically has the captain there as well, and he's like, we've discovered a small energy signature within the cliff. We're going to investigate.
Wait, was this before or after?
Before.
He shot?
Before.
How long before?
Undetermined. These are just kind of fragmented recordings.
Got it. So,
Guys,
putting together a sort of vague, and this is very, very vague, understanding of what may have happened. Theoretically, depending on how long we were out, they could have went to explore this energy signature, came back and destroyed it because the energy signature may have altered them in some way.
It is possible from your nat 20 that it is possible.
Extreme, but you know how to deconstruct a threat.
Alright.
Can you help us?
Okay.
Alright, do I have any experience with similar things?
I'll wait a second before you think. Sid, when you log on, don't forget to drag your character onto the map.
Yeah.
At the moment, just stay on the wing on the bottom of the
Yeah, I'm
map.
assuming you're actually in the ship itself. I just haven't got a map for the inside of the ship.
Yeah. At the moment, basically what's happened is Shadow, Ruby, and I are exploring. You, Ray, and Azar are holding position. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you found that they investigated an energy signature in the cliff to the northwest of the crash site. You know that they basically, when they landed, they were landing to try and get near this. Well, when they crash landed, they tried to crash as close to this energy signature as possible.
All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna head back.
Alrighty.
Oh, actually, first we're gonna see if I can't salvage anything from here.
Yeah, you can find a small amount of fuel cells. Not a lot, but you've also got 7 actual fuel, basically full heal energy cells.
He said,
Wait, what?
Can I convert the energy that
I said
those
hi.
produce to get a level?
But that was Ruby, not me.
I know, but
Yeah.
you recently came in.
Each one of those fuel cells, one power or 1 XP point.
Alright, that'll put me at 8, which isn't enough. So,
And basically they're like communal cells used to repair your mechs.
yeah, I'll stick that in the new one. Actually, can I take those and the other, and then 2 from this for a level?
That's up to the crew. But you have to do it once you get back to the ship.
Yeah. Oh, they're alright with me borrowing some of the full heals for levels?
Yeah, sure. Did we ever do my secondary level up, Lavitz?
Yes, I believe we did.
Because I remember I had 2 level ups because we did that first mission, and then I also got the
Yeah, you didn't get a level up from the first mission. You got 7 power, but then you got the free. Then you got the free level up. That's okay. So you should be at level 2, while everybody else should be at level 1.
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna head back to the ship. I've got some questions for Abe, but first, I'm gonna do a level up.
But first, a message from these sponsors.
Oh no, I'm going to use the fuel cells to get another 9 XP, 10 in total, so I can exchange that for another level.
While he's doing that, can I search the ship for anything that's left?
Yep. Sure, go ahead.
Can I do the same?
Yep, everybody can do a search on the ship.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Okay, Shadow, you managed to find 3 power cells and a couple of broken, not broken. You managed to find 3 pistols, 2 rifles, and a sniper rifle.
Okay, hold on. Right, so repeat that.
Okay, 3 energy cells.
Okay, so that small, medium, or large?
Small, just heal energy cells, which are 1 XP each.
Oh, I already have 3 small power cells.
Well, yeah, now you got 3 more.
Okay, so I have 6 total.
Yep.
Okay.
Then you've got 3 pistols.
Okay.
2 plasma, 2 rifles. Or
okay.
light blasters, I should say, and 1 sniper rifle.
2 light blasters and 1 times sniper rifle. Okay.
Alrighty. And Sid, you find a concussion.
A what?
Nah, I'm just pissing you. You don't find anything really. A few broken wires. You find a few blood patterns on the ground. Actually, roll to observe the blood patterns first.
Shouldn't I explain that to Sid?
Yeah, if you want, but roll to observe. You notice that the blood, it looks old, but it hasn't dried. It's kind of staying in a congealed state.
Weird.
Right, so essentially what we found out is that the communications and such of the ship was sabotaged by the captain at some indeterminate time after they went to investigate a energy disturbance in the cliffs nearby. A working theory is that something to do with the energy essentially possibly did some mind control or something, we're not sure what, but something happened between the first point where the captain landed and was investigating the energy signature and later. Can you repeat the message for her, because I cannot for the life of me remember off the top of my head.
They must not be...
Keep them silent.
Yeah,
keep them quiet or keep them silent. It is kind of messily written in half English and half binary. That's why quiet and silent are very close to the same.
Right, and they shot the comms console and the emergency response console, as well as the AI.
Everything involving communications and power, like they wanted to, you can tell that they wanted to make sure that no message got off this planet.
Right. Which, considering where we don't know where we are, and the fact that we have not actually seen anyone else on this planet, I'm not exactly having a good feeling.
There are a few other energy signatures on the planet, but they are obscured as well by the ion in the atmosphere and the ground.
Right, so...
It is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that whatever the energy thing is some kind of mental degrader, turning people from capable people into something that is significantly below Ukrainian underground standard, and even below Ukrainian communist standards for leaders.
No, it just makes them Ukrainian.
No, trust me on this. Not even communists would hire someone like that.
Yep. What was that, Sid?
Can I go exploring?
Yes, you can.
Before you go, I have a gift for you, Sid.
Oh?
Yes. I would like to give Sid the sniper rifle.
Sid's already got a sniper rifle.
Oh.
But if you put it in the community chest, basically the things on the ship, they can be broken down and used for parts and power later on.
I don't see a chest.
I would like to do a level up.
Things on ship. It should be at the very top in the above your character sheets.
Okay.
Can I do a level up now that I'm at 10?
Yep. Let's do your level up quickly then.
Yes. I'm gonna put another point into tech.
Then roll us a d4 for HP. If you roll a 1, you get to roll again, but only once. Okay, you get 2 extra HP.
Your friends Cerberus are into some nasty things.
And a point in tech.
What's your history with Cerberus?
Okay.
Look, everything else is secondary to tech.
Been on the run ever since.
Anyway, I would...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to do a quick checkup with aids with regards to the map that we have of the ship, of the planet.
Yep, this is a place, it's where a ship landed close to 100 years ago. Yeah, it's actually 93.2 years ago. Ship landed here. Basically, yours is like in a sense, your ship is a large, small ship. In a sense. So yours is more of a small carrier, while this ship was classed as well, probably about twice the size of your ship, maybe a little bit bigger. Unidentified origin.
There's different classifications for ships depending on how long they are.
Yeah, I'm not going to look that up at the moment. I'm just giving you a rough thing of it because I haven't.
Has AIDS managed to calculate the to figure out what ship it was as per
unidentified origin, type, class, configuration, all unknown. Nothing in database matches any known ship signature.
Alright, great. You might be doing second contact. Oh god, what is it?
Considering what we know so far, not exactly, no.
What was that?
If any of you have some kind of...
Big thumb.
Oh, my door closing.
Oh, okay. I was afraid somebody heard.
You guys have some kind of face protector for on top of your helmet? Now would be a great time.
Huh?
I mean, we have exosuits, so you know that's pretty good.
No, I mean like for on top of that.
Jesus, we already have a suit on top of a suit.
Yeah, well, we need a third one. We might need a third one.
Why?
I'm going to presume that these people also had neck suits.
I mean, it's a logical explanation, but...
Actually, if you want, roll... Who rolled the 20?
I rolled the 20. I rolled the 20
depends on what he referenced to.
It was on the searching the ship.
Yeah, that was...
no.
I rolled the 20 for the console.
No. And Shadow must have rolled the 20 for the search. The mechs actually appeared to be locked away. They're actually damaged in the impact and they're all being crumbled and crushed. Basically, the bottom deck has collapsed in and they've all been crushed.
Alright, so we don't need to worry about them having mechs up.
As far as you can tell. Now, Sid, you wanted to go exploring, didn't you?
That's currently what I'm doing.
Alrighty. Roll us a detect.
sustain him for over a year.
Do I get a +1 on that or no?
Yes, because you. Wait. What's your optic sensors? You went for targeting, didn't you? Yeah. I'll give you an extra one for the targeting, since your optical sensors are superior to everybody else's.
That's a 15 then.
No defects of any kind.
Okay. Through the ion charges, you managed to actually see most of the map. Well, most of the outside, anyway. You see a large amount of crumbled rocks. It seems an unnatural formation right here. And then there seems to be a cave system just up to the northeast. Northwest, sorry.
Cave system?
Yes.
The controls are on.
I want to head in that direction.
Okay. As you get...
I'd like to... Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say I'm going to go with her to keep her back up.
Yep. As you leave the softer sands and go to the harder sands, you actually do see footprints.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That's ominous.
They look reasonably old, maybe like but young enough to actually be still in the ground, but old enough that dirt has started to fill them.
All right. I'm going to assume AIDS doesn't have anything in this database regarding mental hazards.
No.
Can he recall any incidents with a similar criteria to this?
No. Most of his history function has been destroyed.
God damn. Is he at least going to be able to still cross-reference the serial IDs?
If he sees them, yes. And if they're in his database, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the earlier list we got from the satellite.
Yes, he's using that data to actually, like, in him going through that data, and cross-referencing and all that. The ship that landed 93.2 years ago did not carry any signature known to the Federation.
Right. Well, I'm meaning more, can he cross-reference the serial numbers and such that the satellite detected compared to the Federation ship's registry? Because that's
what I mean, there's nothing matches.
There were only two ships. This one and the other one.
Huh? No, he said that there were several. When we originally got the data, he said there were several ships.
Yeah, the unknown
that had moved through the system.
Yes, no, it was several in things coming and going. So that includes meteorites, space junk, stuff like that. That was all catalogued as well.
Right, and you said that the satellite registered ID numbers and serial numbers where it could.
Yes.
So, by that logic, that if any Federation ship passed through, we would know.
Yes. But the problem is you only got 100 years roughly worth of data.
Yeah, but we don't need 100 years.
Well, like I said, there's only been two ships besides yours that have entered this planet. The unknown ship and the Wyvern.
What I'm trying to figure out is what I explained earlier, to figure out where we are. That's why I'm wanting to figure out what other ship, if the other ships that the satellite picked up in that 100-year time frame, if any of them were Federation. Because if any of them were Federation, and we can link
like I said, there's only been two ships. The Wyvern and the unknown ship. They're the only ones that have entered in the last 100 years. The rest were meteorites and asteroids.
Oh, you just said that those were the only two ships that had entered the planet.
Yes. That the satellite didn't do the whole solar system. It only did the planet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I guess I didn't explain that clear enough. But no, yeah, the sensors were all pointed at the planet.
You made it originally seem that it was monitoring the entire system for anything coming and going.
No, just the planet and its surrounding moon.
Yeah. Okay, now that you've explained it, it makes a lot more sense.
Alrighty. Glad we got that sorted.
Which means that the earlier statement that you told me he could do, he can't.
So, I would like to say a few words to AIDS.
Okay.
I'd like to explain the situation.
Yeah.
Sidrum. I'd like to explain to AIDS what happened with the other captain, and I am saying that in the event that something similar happens, he is fully authorized to shoot on sight.
It says, do you wish to enact quarantine protocol?
Not yet.
Very well, quarantine protocol standing by.
If I may, I just ask, could he enable a protocol to where he essentially not shoots on sight, but orders anyone coming close to stand down if they're not us? That may be beneficial because we don't know who exactly will come on, and if it's Federation personnel, if it's Federation personnel that's gone rogue, technically AIDS AI will have registered them, and if they have gone rogue, we want to make sure they don't get to our ship.
We have Ray and Zar standing by.
He says, defense protocol of that status has been damaged. For safety reasons, it's best not to be activated. Basically, he's implying that if you activate something like that, his AI system, like his defense system, might be on par with Ed 209's.
Is there any way he can make it to where only us of the ship currently can get on and no one else?
He can run scanners to make sure that if someone does get on board, he can alert you. But that's the extent of his capabilities at the moment.
Does he have interior defense of the ship?
Yes, but he'd have to deactivate the repair drone and then basically activate a security drone, but only one will be activated due to the others due to insufficient power.
Right. So what I'm thinking is we give him authorization to redistribute power and power down the drone in case anyone else comes onto the ship that is not within our authorization or us. Essentially, he is. We don't know what exactly is going on here, but we're not quite sure it's contagious or needs to be quarantined. But we don't want, like, for example, Captain McFucking-D coming onto our ship and destroying our comms console and shit, do we?
No, that's why we have Zar and Ray. Presumably we fill them in and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be guarding the ship itself. Zar will probably be guarding it with his long-range spotting ability. And let's see, what was Ray's class? His class was combat. Yeah, so Ray will be guarding the gate, while while Zar will actually be going around doing repairs.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of it?
Okay.
Like Zar will basically be outside, touching up welds, stuff like that, and using his sensors to detect problems, while Ray will be defending the gate.
What's quarantine protocol?
Quarantine protocol stops all comings and goings from the ship. Anyone who attempts to break it, whether it be captain or enemy, will be shot.
How do we disengage the quarantine protocol?
It requires the co-signing of the captain and the co-captain, using their security protocol codes. And also, any infection or something must be eliminated first. So basically, any problems need to be fixed, and then the codes need to be entered. Failure to do so will cause the ship to self-destruct.
It may be beneficial to go ahead and do that, then enable it. Because I doubt Zar and Ray are going to be leaving the ship.
Yeah, but it does mean that you won't be able to get in the ship.
Unless we have...
Unless you cut your way in.
Unless we have Kamiko and Ruby.
Yeah.
Because that is the captain and the co-captain.
Yeah, but basically you have to eliminate the source of the reason the security protocol was put in.
And we don't know what that is.
Shepard, I think we have.
So I'll keep the quarantine.
It's not something that you
standby.
generally activate willy-nilly because if there's even a slightest glitch, you're kind of fucked.
I mean,
We're not activating it
but
yet.
I don't think
It'll
this
be
is
on standby.
willy-nilly. I think this is a very accurate situation in which a protocol like that could be engaged. We are engaging a force which we don't know how it's transmitted, but we know it's affecting the mental state of federal employees. We don't know how it's transmitted and such, so it could be something that needs to be quarantined. I feel like this, of all situations, is a good situation to enable it.
Yeah, but problem is we don't know what is causing it and how to eliminate it.
Not to mention, you might be making it a bit difficult to get on your ship in case you need to get on it.
Yeah, if we need to run, it's going to be really shit.
Okay.
So we'll keep it on standby, but won't activate.
Good idea would be to actually close the door.
Yikes. Game has now been going on for 2
that's what
hours.
Yeah, that's fairly obviously going to be what we do. Other than that,
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, I think.
yeah, I would have expected that to be standard. Like, I know that's not communist Ukraine standard, but Ukrainian underground, that's standard.
I don't think it's even non-Ukraine standard. I think that's just like intelligence of one could figure out to close a goddamn door.
Alright, hold on, Lavitz. I'm going to roll a d20 for how many times?
Okay, Sid, wait a second. Sid, I don't know how to fix this because you've got pictures all over the place. I don't know which one to use.
Oh, it's the one that says power armor right beside it.
Yeah, but what I mean is I don't know how to actually drag that one on or anything. It won't let me get it on screen or anything like that.
Oh, weird.
Alright, Lavitz. I have rolled a 9 for remembering how many times the commies have forgotten to close a door for something important.
All the time. Communism is very open to borders, so doors are scars on the spaceships. So most of them get vented into space.
That's pretty good.
Exactly,
like
Shadow. I just told you. Like I said, it's not standard in Ukrainian communism, but it is standard in Ukrainian underground. So,
okay. So
to be fair, I
Sid,
did
if you
say
change
it was
it,
common intelligence of one.
okay, Sid, if you change your standard
Yeah,
token
you're not wrong.
to your power armor one, I'll drag it on and do all that update stuff for you.
Which implies that Ukrainian Soviets are sub-intelligent.
Okay, either way.
oh, the communists. So yes.
So what are you
They're
guys going to
communists,
do? You're currently standing out in the middle of the desert, everybody. So.
Well, I'm inside, but
Yep. Well, you've done your upgrade. You've chatted with aides. What do you plan to do? So I know Sid was heading north to the cave entrance. Pardon me.
is that where the energy signature is coming from?
Yes, it's coming from basically around here, but on the other side of the, like, inside the cliff itself.
All right, let's make a mistake.
Better now than later.
I'd advise leaving your safeties off for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was about to ask, and I forgot to ask this earlier. Levitz, could I equip the rifle? Not the sniper rifle, but the regular rifle.
No, you haven't got any training in it. You're stuck with your melee weapons at the moment, or you can use your pistol.
God damn it! Okay.
Plating.
That's fair.
Plating is HP, isn't it?
No, that's hydraulics.
Yes.
No.
No, hydraulics isn't HP.
Yes, it is.
Suit integrity, sorry.
What?
Suit integrity is your HP.
I don't have a HP. I have suit integrity. I have. Oh, that's what it meant. I have hydraulics, plating, and deflection.
Yeah.
Pretty sure plating is the HP boost or whatever.
Yeah.
But when it makes sense. Okay. We'll just roll with it then.
Okay. Okay. Let me just get. I'm just getting Sid's token thing saved. All right. There we go, Sid. So I'll bring that one across. Delete that one. The end of Evangelion.
And I can change one back to the...
Yep, now you can change the top one back. Alrighty, so what are you guys going to do?
Well, I guess we're gonna go do something stupid and go into the cave to figure out what the energy source is.
What do you mean stupid? That makes complete sense to me.
Because it went and drove the captain mad as far as we're aware.
Okay, so Ruby, you gonna move your character, or are you gonna stay on that crash ship?
Where should I move it to? I'll just go with, I guess, go with everybody else then, I suppose.
Alrighty. Now I'll just move Zah here. Zah's just mucking around on the ship, repairing it. Because Zah's a nice guy.
By the way, Kamiko, this is a bit off topic, by the way. Kamiko, do you think you'll have time to finish up Vampire with me and Levitz later, if Levitz is okay with it?
I'll probably this will probably take me to dinner, but yeah, after that, yeah.
Levitz, if
my back doesn't give out.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's not being a team player lately. And then my ketones went out of whack and I almost ended up in hospital.
The hell is a ketone?
A ketone is basically it's a ketone acidosis. When your sugar goes out of whack, acid builds up in your blood and starts eating away at your body. Muscles, bone, organs, brain, eyes, you name it. And basically, my ketones get to near what would actually kill some people.
Oh, that's not good. My goodness.
That's rough.
Luckily, I only got to the not the start, well, basically where you don't feel hunger, but all you do is drink and vomit. And I got to that stage. Luckily, I managed to get my sugar levels under control, so then they went from, I think they were sitting at 7.4 or something, which is pretty freaking dangerous because the acceptable levels is between 0.1 and 0.7, I think.
Do we need to sit there and force feed you lemons?
No, that'd be even worse.
Oh.
That would add more acid into my system, which would cause more degradation of my systems. Not to mention fruit sugar fucks me up.
Enough fruit?
No, if fruit sugar actually sends my sugar into flux.
I was making a scurvy joke.
Ah, okay then. Either way, so
because
alkaline water could probably help you though.
Water does help. It helps flush the system a bit, but it also has a problem because it stops your kidneys from working at the same time.
I was saying alkaline water, not just regular water, but like alkaline water where it's filtered and
you just need to
base, essentially.
Just need to line your chi. That's all. You know, need to get those healing minerals. Yeah.
Get some what do you call it?
Healing crystals.
Gems or opals. Yeah.
No. Essential oils. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah. You don't want to vaccinate your kids. Don't want to vaccinate your kids either.
It's a pretty funny meme.
Either way, you know, I've tried the flexology. Alrighty. You come towards, and there's a big cliff. There's what looks like an impact section here.
Where?
Up here.
Okay.
Once I can get it to work. But it looks like it's caved over itself now. So it just looks like an abnormal rock formation. And there appears to be an excavated cave here. Recently opened.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad idea to go there.
The cave?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not.
Well, quick suggestion, shoot first, ask questions later at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It may be possible that he did say that they needed to silence, so that could mean either silence the voices coming from up above, or that they were trying to silence anyone that wasn't a part of their little infection already, so there may be survivors.
Here's a quick suggestion, let's just kill them, you know? If they've got guns, kill them.
If there are survivors and they're clearly mad, there's no saving.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're survivors, then they're clearly mad. However, again, he said that he wanted to keep something or someone silent or quiet.
Well, silencing somebody can be as easy as just killing them.
Yeah.
Right.
So
He
then
also
he's
shot
not
the
just
console.
survivors.
Yeah,
He
so
shot
he's
the
probably
console.
shot the survivors who were not infected.
Possibly after shooting somebody else. Or something or someone else.
Look, all I'm saying is that we shouldn't sit there and just shoot instant. We should at least make sure they're insane before we fucking start shooting and gunning people down.
Of course. We don't even know what we're gonna run into. We don't even know if it's gonna be like humans or like weird like feral alien creatures or like, you know, we don't even know. Ghosts, you know, Cthulhu.
Space ghosts. The moon's haunted, Ruby. The moon's haunted.
Space
Conveniently,
Ghosts.
we brought a gun.
I love that show.
That's
Moon's
No,
haunted. We
I
should
I have
just-
no idea what that show is you're talking about.
It was on Adult
I
Swim.
wouldn't-
Space Ghosts.
I wasn't talking about a show, but there's a meme of essentially an astronaut coming back to Earth, and the astronaut's like, "You're back early." Guy sits there and says, "Moon's haunted." Walks off screen, comes back with a fucking shotgun, and the NASA guy's like, "What? Moon's haunted." And one of the most fucking one of the new DLC for Destiny is literally the moon's haunted.
Destiny 1 or 2?
2.
Oh yeah, which one is that one? Shadowkeep?
Yeah, Shadowkeep. It's literally the moon is haunted.
That's funny. By who?
The darkness.
What? It's back? What the hell?
Yeah.
He killed that in 1.
Okay, I think we're getting. I think we're getting a bit off.
Aye, that's the same thing.
Well, Kamiko's AFK, so we can't do anything because he's the captain. Yeah, he just posted it in chat.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the same thing.
We killed the physical we killed the physical manifestation on Venus of the darkness that the Vex were worshipping. We did not kill the darkness itself, because remember at the end of Destiny 2, how the Yes, but Kamiko's AFK and we can't do anything without her.
I never finished Destiny 2.
What do you mean? I'm the one instigating actually going in here.
Yes, but according to from what I remember, we need to do things with the cap. Otherwise, we'll get.
No, you don't have to.
Here's the thing: if the captain's not coming along or is gone, I'm gonna go ahead.
Yep. And not to mention, you got this second in command, Ruby there.
Hello.
I just didn't want to get in trouble by AIDS and shot. Because apparently, or because according to you, Lavitz, he's very anal about us doing what the captain wants us to do.
Well, the captain's
not here.
AIDS. The
Oh. The AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
more advanced.
Apparently, he would shoot us if we didn't do what the captain wanted us to do.
No, he won't shoot you.
More victims. Let's move out.
You're right. He'll probably save the ammo and just fucking vent us out the airlock.
I don't think he'd do any of that. He'd probably just get a little bit upset. He'll kill us.
Aids not to do anything to harm the crew members.
Man.
Actually,
At most, he can shut down your suit and force you back into cryostasis to await a court-martial.
That's not very nice.
What did I miss?
Talking about how
Nothing.
if we do anything without you being here, then AIDS will literally just like put us into cryogenic stasis because we're very naughty.
Alright, well, whatever. Head in.
okay. I was doing that anyway.
Sidron?
Don't really need the orders.
I'd like to vote to make Mr. Pickles the captain.
Who?
Mr. Pickles the sea cucumber.
He's not
You
here.
guys seriously don't know that?
No.
Wait, there's Mr. Pickles, the Adult Swim show about the demonic dog.
No. There's I guess you guys wouldn't know about it. In
Yeah.
Denver, there's a sea cucumber.
We have to go back.
Well, from where?
Can we just keep going?
Yep. Okay. Can we keep a little bit on track, people?
We're waiting for you to expand the visual range.
I'm waiting for you to go to the entrance.
I am at the entrance.
Okay.
We're not in there yet, are we?
Yeah, there you go. You
Okay.
see an entrance to a cave.
Okay,
Going first.
I'm going here.
Okay, going first. I'll follow suit behind.
It's quite dark, but your visual sensors are working, and I cannot spell corpse for the life of me. I've had like 3 attempts now.
COURPES.
That's how I was spelling it, but it won't show anything.
Okay.
CORPSE.
Or
Wait, no. CORPSE. Yeah.
There we go.
I spelled it wrong as well. COR.
Yes, English is a bitch.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's check space.
That's the only language I know well.
Hop on for a second. For probably a few minutes.
Okay.
Probably a good amount of time, actually.
Wait, what'd you say?
He's hopping out for a
Miko's
second.
going AFK.
Actually, I have a proposition.
What's that?
Totally okay if everyone's on board with this, but with the evidence being that this game has gone on for about 2 hours, I want to propose a motion to maybe pause for today at this point. We're about to enter a secret, almost dungeon-looking area. We're all ready. We're all ready for the assaults. Maybe good time to pause? Question mark?
I mean, it makes sense because Kimiko keeps popping in and out, and if you're saying what's right, we can't go without Kimiko.
You can go without Kimiko. You got the second in command, Ruben.
But it'd be bad to be venturing on to another area without everybody present, regardless of their roles within the video game.
Yeah, and it may also be beneficial.
I think.
Okay, but we've got to start. The next game, we've got to actually start pulling our thumbs out and actually playing the game.
Hey, what do you mean? We've been playing the game. We're on a new planet.
Yeah, getting to this point was supposed to be like a half an hour.
Oh yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but actual play has been like maybe half an hour at most.
It's been I'd say it's about an hour, but a lot of this is just like, hey.
In my defense, I've been operating under the assumption that if we were doing anything without Kimiko, we were going to get yelled at.
No.
Yeah, I paused because I was going to assume that you're going to realize that I was talking first and then let me talk, but okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I was saying that about half of it has been gameplay, but a lot of it's been more like technical stuff, not actually moving around on the board so much as like, hey, what's this? Can we do this with this? So, you know. I still think there's been a good amount of gameplay for today, but that's just me.
Oh, it's up to you.
Yeah, but
I made a motion. If nobody wants to second the motion, then I guess that's the opinion of the party.
No, I second it.
Yep.
Does anybody else second?
It's up to you. Just said I only got here like 15-20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. Do you propose? Do you stand against the motion, Sijin?
Huh?
Do you stand against the motion?
No.
Oh, so you second it?
Yeah, sure, whatever. However you want to say it. I'm not opposing.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sorry. Just I try to use what's his name? Rules of law.
Who?
It's the ones where it's like I would like to propose a move. I would like to propose blah blah blah. Who seconds? Or propose a motion to blah blah blah. Who seconds? The party. So and so seconds. The motion has been carried. Like that kind of language.
Yep. Oh, that's a judge.
No, I'm talking.
Just a politics.
Huh?
It's basically a politic thing.
Yeah, but it has a specific name, and I've been told it, but I forgot it. It's like someone's laws of something. Like basically just ways to carry it out.
Alrighty, it's up to you.
I think it's beneficial to stop here because even if we do want to do stuff without or are able to do stuff without Kamiko constantly being there, it would be beneficial to. It would be beneficial to wait for the others to actually be here as well.
Alrighty, I don't think Czar's actually going to be able to play the game actually, because he wants to have basically every second weekend off. Next week I know he's unavailable completely, and then I'm not sure. I don't think he's actually going to be in Space Dragoons.
Yeah.
Ray I haven't heard back from. I'm pretty sure he's busy for the day. And as we all know, Kamiko jumps in and out.
Yeah.
By the way, so it's Robert's Rules of Order. It's a standard of facilitating discussions and group decision making. It often has to do with like meetings and agendas. Like, good morning, it's 9 o'clock, and I'd like to call the morning meeting in the of the company
it's
to
basically
order roll
parliamentary
call.
procedure. We have that in Australia.
To make sure it's just a proper way to organize it, and it's good. I think it's if everyone's familiar with it, it's a very good way to ensure that everyone is spoken and is able to speak their mind, and that thoughts aren't tripped up in different variants of explaining themselves when it comes to things like decisions.
Yep. No, that's fine. If you guys want to stop, that's fine. It's just a fortnight until the next game of this.
Fortnite? By the way, how do you spell Fortnite when speaking of like every 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Just
because the way that the game is spelled.
That's how I spell it. But
I thought,
but I'm not sure how it's properly spelled. My spelling isn't exactly the.
I remember talking to someone and them being like, yeah, no, that's how they Fortnite. That's how people use it. Have used it.
Yeah, fort as in like an actual proper fort.
Yeah.
That's how
in
I
both
spell it.
variants it's forts, but it's really the night that varies. Like knights versus.
Basically, it's shortened for 14 knights.
I didn't realize that. Big brain.
That does remind me of the other reason we weren't really doing anything is because while we are able to do stuff, it wouldn't exactly be fair to Kamiko if we just went and did stuff with him being AFK but not gone.
I'm not taking any chances.
And it would be definitely a lot more useful if he was here to actually do stuff with him.
I would argue with that, but at the same time, I mean, you guys go ahead while I'm gone. Makes sense. I'm always late, and it's mostly because.
What?
Well, I do stuff until about 1:32. So.
It's more.
Yeah, Kamiko has a lot more limited time.
Kamiko is back, I think.
Wait, let's see. Yeah.
Congratulations, Kamiko. You're back just quick enough to see everybody leave, basically.
So we made a motion to end the game here, and both me, Shadow, and Citron have all seconded it. So it seems like it's going to carry. Are you okay with this, or do you object?
No, not any objections.
Oh, what'd you say?
Okay.
He has no objections.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just because you're kind of quiet. Right then. Well, it's a very fun day.
Yep.
I am, but I'll have to do that soon, so.
Alrighty then. Well, if we need to rearrange the time for this game, just let me know when it's good for you guys. If need be, we can always start this later to fix with Sid's time frame, if need be. The only loser in this one might be Ray. But if we have to push it back like an extra hour, which should fix up, which will probably make it 2 hours.
Twice a week.
Well, I'd love to, but people's schedules just get in the way. Like, my schedule is reasonably clear for most of it, so as long as I know what day and time I need to do it, I can always set my schedule for the most part to be good for it.
Taking cover.
This has been a good day, a good time for me, at the very least. It's a little bit after lunch. It's like a little bit after lunch, so I've already eaten and done my normal Saturday chores, so I'm usually pretty set.
When we started, it was when we started for me, it would be sorry.
Oh no! No, you go.
No, you were going. I thought you'd finished. That's all.
Oh, I was actually just gonna add to what you were gonna say, and that for me it started at 3:20.
Yeah, it started. I think we're both U.S. Central, actually.
I'm in Texas.
Yeah. So it generally starts around for like 3 for us. The only reason I had a late lunch today is because our schedule for lunch is a bit hectic.
Yeah, that's why it's a little bit after lunch, so it kind of is outside of the boundary of like the range of like uncertainty. At least for me.
Alright. So do you want us to start like an hour later or something like that?
It would be.
Oh,
yeah.
I see what you mean. Oh yeah, I'd be definitely okay with starting an hour later.
Now,
difference to me.
you guys, you're about to hit daylight savings time soon, aren't you?
The 3rd, yeah.
Okay.
So does that bring you forward or back an hour?
Forward, and then once it's over, we get taken an hour back.
Yeah, because
So this one will be back an hour.
Hello.
Because I think we went forward an hour because it's it is like 9:30 in the morning for me right now.
Jen, were you talking when you said this one? Were you talking about like referring to me, or are you talking because like this one believes that we can help you?
No, I'm talking about because it's spring. We jump ahead an hour, but it's fall coming up, so we move back an hour.
Okay.
So
wait, you were referring to yourself?
No, I was saying this
iteration of daylight saving.
Oh, this year.
This daylight time saving period.
Yeah.
We're going to go back an hour. We're not going to go forward an hour.
Okay.
Because I've gone forward an hour.
Okay.
Because it's getting to summer now for me.
Oh wow. Also, I was gonna say, it's funny. I sometimes worry about telling people that I live in Texas because, like, oh no, they'll find you. Then I remember there's 28 million people in Texas.
Yeah. Hell,
It's fucking wild.
well, Zar found out.
Calia's
Zar
40.
found out my freaking the town I live in just before. Which I don't give a shit. I go by Lavies, but my proper name is Dion.
Ah, really? Which one do you prefer more, actually?
Online I go by Lavitz. In personal, I go by Dion.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a very interesting name, Dion. Never heard it before.
Spelt like the singer's last name, basically. Because there's like 3 different ways to spell it, apparently.
Can you get the colony's defense towers online?
But, you know, I don't give a shit. I've got nothing to hide.
But it will take
That's fair. It's not so much hiding things, much as like the fear of,
Yeah.
of people. I don't know.
Let's load up. When the collectors notice.
Do we know what the observation roll was? Or what?
Well, actually, roll me an observation roll before you all clock off.
Okay.
I technically already did. If you want to see.
Does that count as?
Oh, yeah. Wait, what?
Observation
19. Wow.
Okay. I'll actually. Your optical sensors detect life just ahead. It is moving back and forth. You can't get an exact pin on it. Let me just reveal some of the area. Ignore the numbers on the map. I couldn't get rid of them.
That's okay.
But this looks like an excavated cave. It's been dug into a perfect sphere.
Please hold the defense tower.
I think we all know exactly what's going down next session.
Sex bit.
No. No,
I'm back.
no.
Welcome
Someone
back.
plays foster the people's
We're talking about the next part's gonna be.
Yep. Roll us a d20 for detect. Shadow.
Oh, I already closed out another world.
Oh, okay then. Never mind then.
I can
roll a dice.
I can hop back on quickly.
No. Check it. I got a D20 right here. I'm gonna roll it for.
I am already launching the game.
All right.
Nope, sorry, I'm already gonna do it. You got a 15.
What was it?
There's gonna be more.
For me, you got a 15.
Your Shadow, your optical sensors aren't calibrating to the darkness very well. It'll take you a bit of time, but they will connect. Now, I think we just lost Kamiko. He's heading off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going to dinner.
Right. Well, this is a very fun game.
Yep. Sorry, not more has happened. But on the bright side, that gives me a bit more time to work on the overarching story.
Oh yeah, true.
Now,
That's
just
good.
a quick update. Your ship is at 10% power. So taking off will drain quite a bit of power as well. So you'll probably need some more power before you head off.
I was gonna say, oh yeah. So when I heard your name Beyond, it reminded me of Diogenes.
Like Dionysus. It's
Oh, I think of Diogenes. Have you ever heard of him?
no.
He's fucking a wild Greek philosopher, dude. Literally, like.
Didn't he live in a barrel, eat his own shit, and basically tell Plato to fuck off?
Now hold on. He did live in a barrel. He defecated publicly, but that was a sign. That was protest and social commentary, sir. Or so he says.
I think he was just channeling San Francisco.
And then he literally Plato was like, the simplest way I can describe a man is featherless biped. And so Diogenes just busted into his school and with a plucked chicken was like, behold a man.
Oh, no. That's actually not true. It wasn't in his school. It was in the fucking Senate.
Oh my, I thought it was just him conducting a class. Okay, that's even funnier.
No, it was in the Senate.
Okay, can the three of you roll me a d20? And I'm just going to roll a d20 for Kamiko.
Damn it. I was going to say. Oh yeah.
Okay,
What the hell?
as you walk in there, let me just Roll d20.
Yikes.
Okay, a bullet tings off your armor. Shadow.
Oh.
And we'll leave it there.
Okay. Let's see, you know, oh, what was his name?
Greek philosopher?
Yeah, no, the Conqueror during like the 400 BC.
Alexander the Great?
Yeah, Alexander the Great. Apparently he was a very big, fan of Diogenes, and at one point he went to actually visit him in Cynic, where he lived. And he was like, please, if there's anything I can do to help, to like any favor you need, please tell me. And he was literally like, yeah, you can get out of the way, you're standing in my light.
Oh no, I prefer to go the Greek god Dionysus, god of wine, celebration, and ritual sacrifice.
I mean, that's a god. This was a real man.
I mean, if you ever want to talk about a fucking power move, Julius Caesar was kidnapped by pirates, and basically he was running the fucking entire ship, and he's basically like, once I get back to Rome, I'm coming back to hunt you all down. And when the pirates posted the ransom for Julius Caesar, he laughed at them and told them to increase it.
Nothing we can do.
How do you put a bounty on, oh yeah, I guess within like the underbelly or a ransom?
Yeah, they sent the ransom back to Rome, and Julius Caesar was like, increase it.
Increase it, losers.
Well, it is an emperor's basically ransom.
It's like, how dare you? I'm worth more than that. Increase it. I'll pay more. Gosh.
And fun fact, he actually did live up to his promise. He came back and drawed and quartered and crucified every single one of the pirates after he got returned.
They gotta have a hobby.
Yeah. Man. The Greeks. No, not the Greeks. Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, the Greeks.
The Romans.
Greeks, Roman, all part of the same.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Basically, it's the same way that basically all of Europe is just one kind of country. Just they're all just different parts.
To be honest.
It's just one big family. Yeah.
Yeah, but you look at like a southern Italian compared to a northern Italian. Their bone structure, body type, completely different.
Yeah, because of incest, which is why I said they were just one big family. Because
they're all made of spaghetti. They're all made of spaghetti.
What?
They're all made of spaghetti.
Like my old neighbor, he was southern Italian, and then my best friend, he's northern Italian.
Yeah. So they hate each other?
Do they make the hand gestures? Is that a thing? Do they make the hand gestures?
That's an Italian thing.
It's amazing. Wait, Sidgen's Italian.
Yes, technically.
Northern or southern?
Grandma's from southern.
Okay. Do they do this with the closed hand?
So she's like 4 foot tall and round as a bowling ball?
My grandma?
Yeah.
5'2".
Yep.
But yes,
that's southern Italian.
That's your grandma sounds so adorable.
Actually, when my neighbor, being short and round, saved his life during World War II.
Who? Oh yeah,
because he was in a prison camp, and basically were always constantly forced to march through snow to different places, and the people that were Northern Italian, tall and a bit skinnier, they just dropped dead from the cold. While the shorter, rounder Italians, they could actually maintain their heat a bit better so they didn't die.
It's like a giraffe versus like a walrus.
It pretty much is.
That's funny.
Good bloke. He was mafia, but it was a good bloke.
Really? Mafia? How'd you know?
Former mafia.
Oh, okay. He wasn't active when you were friends?
Oh, his sons were active.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget that.
His son actually ended up in jail. He was actually found because he was banging a police chick. And she was giving him intel about raids and shit like that, and then he was corresponding and getting it out to every freaking mafia group. It was fucking hilarious.
It's actually really badass.
The funny thing is, the dude was like half blind.
Oh. Hey baby, I can't see a lot, but I know I got a big
there was this mishap happened with one of his neighbors, and basically he threatened my neighbor, and basically what happened is we were chatting with him, and then the dude showed up to continue working on his fence, and we're just like, hey mate, that cunt's over there, and he's just like, and next minute, I've never seen an old freaking fat Italian run that fast. He runs to the phone, picks it up, and he's like, Bruno, that fucking cunt is here. If you come, don't fucking come alone. And within, I think it was like 45, 50 minutes or something, the guy, his sons, like two of his sons arrived from about freaking 300 kilometers away, so they were fucking booking it. And they went up and they beat the shit out of the dude. It was fucking hilarious. Like, the dude tried to, because, well, the dude threatened, an 89-year-old man or something.
Jesus.
And it was their father.
It's not very nice at all. Oh, I see what you
mean. And then the guy tried to stab one of them with a carpenter's pencil. So he grabbed the dude's arm, broke it with just grip strength, pulled the pencil out, and then just jammed it through the dude's hand. And he's like, now you owe my daddy some money. But he's like, you owe my daddy $500, and then he stabs him through the hand, and he's just like, now you only owe him $400. I love fucking Bruno. He was a freaking awesome dude.
That sounds so wild. And you just witnessed this live?
I didn't witness it live. My dad witnessed it live. I had to leave after that, but I was there when the phone calls were made and stuff like that. I'm just like, I've got to go, and I had to head back home. My old neighbour, he was an awesome dude. I used to mow his lawn all the time, but the problem was he's the kind of Italian that, you get halfway through a job and it's like, you come, you sit down, you eat, and he bring out platters with like cheeses and freaking
See, that's super sweet though. It may impair your ability to do the job, but God, that's adorable.
Yeah, it's like, let me finish it. It's like, no, you fucking come down, you fucking eat. And this is like, okay.
Right now,
you're the fucking eat.
I swear. That's so
cool. Great bloke. I miss him.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he died of a heart attack about 7 years ago.
God bless the doll.
Sweet old bloke. He's the kind of person that, he probably done some shady shit, but he was one of the kindest people you ever meet. If you asked him for something, he'd give it to you. He'd give the shirt off your back for someone. Whether he barely knew you or not, he'd just very generous, very friendly.
But he could also probably, be a ruthless, stone cold, like...
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to piss him off. Especially in his youth, I wouldn't want to piss him off. He'd fucking floor me.
See, that's the thing about the Mafia. They're going to be nice to the common man, because the common man, if you're nice to him, they're more than likely going to look the other way when you do that shady shit.
Like, I'd mow 4 lawns for him, and they're pretty small lawns, well, by country standards. And he'd give me like fucking $60. I'm like, listen, mate, I'm just happy to do it for you. And he's like, nope, you're fucking gonna take the money. And I'm just like, I don't need the money. He's like, you're fucking gonna take it. You're fucking. Yeah.
We sent to the Yakuza.
For example, the Yakuza. Recently, when the typhoons and earthquake hit, like Japan and explosion, they actually had a better response time than the actual emergency response unit of Japan. They were giving out food, water. Well,
that's pretty insane because Japan, they're very efficient when it comes to doing stuff like that.
Well, see, the thing is, the Yakuza, that's what they do. They sit there, and the Mafia as well. Al Capone sat there and opened up a fucking soup kitchen during the, Great Depression and such for people without work.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And he did a... I mean, the Mafia works on a sort of weird system where, essentially, they'll do nice things, but they expect you to kind of look the other way if you...
But that's kind of included in the protection... That's the kind of thing where it's included in the protection money. They don't just protect you, they also look after you as well.
Yeah.
Well,
they
no,
make sure
this was people. That's what, like for example, Al Capone. He wasn't just feeding people who were under quote unquote protection.
No, but they were probably in his
you
area.
Sit there and have maybe, but
I mean, of course
from what I understood of it, essentially, if you make the community view you as kind, they're going to be very reluctant to sit there and snitch on you.
Yeah.
And essentially, that's what he did. They
might even help you out.
But also, if you show that you're actually for the community, the community is less likely to revolt and kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like she said, just totally just rat them out, everything about them.
Yeah.
All their information, and then you can have you can run probably bigger scams.
It's a community thing.
Because I feel like a lot of times it's community against like an oppressive power.
Exactly right.
I mean, that's how Al Capone more or less sat there and operated for so many years, is because people weren't really willing to testify against him. And in addition, the only reason they actually got him was on tax evasion because of the IRS.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's definitely an interesting read. Gang warfare and such is not really my forte in history. I'm more World War II European theater myself. But it is definitely an interesting read.
Yeah.
And something neat to look into.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Alright.
Alright, yeah. So, just to recap the game, you salvaged a satellite, you got the information, you discovered the ship, the crashed ship. Mechs all inoperable, all communications and power systems have been cut off. There is still power cells in there though, so you might be able to still harvest something from the actual ship itself, but you're picking up a stronger energy signature within the inside of the cliff. You've entered a spherical room and you've just been shot at.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that's basically the recap of it, of what's happened this round, or this segment. So I might actually head off because it's 9:45 and I've got to go help train a puppy.
Aww, that's cute.
It is, but little bastard likes to bite.
Oh,
I don't think Kamiko's gonna be available for the other thing.
Probably not.
I said dinner later, my dudes.
Yeah. And it normally takes a bit.
Later.
So I will talk to you later. See you in a fortnight, Ruby, unless you guys can figure out a time where it suits all of you to do it on a different day.
Yeah, probably just that then.
Yep.
We'll figure something out.
Yep, so discuss amongst yourselves about what time, what day. Then give it to me in Adelaide time. So just type in your time and then Adelaide time. Give me roughly when it is, and if I can make it, I'll make it. Even if it's at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright then. Have a wonderful afternoon, y'all.
No problem. Have a great one.
Bye.
I'm gonna head off too.
Alright. Catch you later, Ruby. Catch you later, Sid. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Right. And Shadow, I will catch you later as well.
I guess.
I might be a bit later on in the day. So if Kamiko's still on later on in the day, I might be able to jump on. You might be able to finish that vampire mission finally.
Maybe. I wanted to talk to you actually, if you have the time.
Yeah,
about.
sure.
I'm not